Hello? Okay. We are back. I have no idea what happened there. I just have to reset my network adapter. RIP. What a shame. If you were mine, you would not get the same. If you were mine, you would top everything. Suicide in the drive switching lanes. And things on fire, baby, no propane. We're chilling. We're all right. We are back. Saved. Don't worry. We only lost the fake fans. We only lost the fake fans, not the real ones. I found the timestamp. Nobody to my TV now. Is YouTube still down? Split the VOD? I know. It sucks. That's the worst part about it. Is that my VOD is freaking split. I hate that. It is upsetting, but like there's literally nothing I can do about it. You know what I mean? There's nothing I can do about it. Okay. YouTube should also be back. Yeah, it's upsetting, but it's fine. All right, let's just. I lost half the people. You know what? They're fake fans anyway. I don't care about them. Let's continue.
Years old to kill Americans.
Jeez. That is fucking insane.
Like, dude, at his rally, Rudy was saying that Palestinians are taught at 2 years old to kill Americans.
Jeez. That's pretty spicy.
Yeah.
Do we have that one?
Like Kamala,
under the other one.
I could add it.
He says that. Both of his clips are about.
Like it doesn't sound like she disagrees. Doesn't sound like there were side conversations happening. It doesn't sound like she was, you know, it sounds like an endorsement. It sounds like she responded to the claim that AB made. Like, sounds like an endorsement.
In this
rally? At the
rally?
rally.
Oh, that's epic.
Yeah.
Yeah, we gotta watch the rookie
I'm just saying, I really think it's important that people understand.
Like, so they lied about it happening on election night, right? Also, like, I am curious about, like, they showed a clip saying, like, oh, this was about being pro-Palestine.
No proof for
Say things ending.
if Trump gets elected.
He's the most pro-Israel president.
This happens 20 seconds earlier. This is the context of, like, oh, this is them being pro-Palestine. So I'm going to show you the entire thing from the very beginning to see about maybe they were having it was the same conversation. Let's see.
Especially by people pro-Palestine, because if Trump gets elected,
He's the most pro-Israel president of all
it's
time.
not good for the movement.
Like, he is fucking insane. Like,
dude, at his rally, Rudy was saying that Palestinians are taught at 2 years old to kill Americans.
Jeez. That's pretty spicy.
Yeah.
Do we have that
I
one?
mean,
Like
Put that
Kamala,
under the other one.
I could add it.
he
As long
says
as
that.
both of his
He
clips
says
are about.
that in
He
this
said that at
rally.
Like, it sounds like a different conversation. Honestly, sounds like a different conversation. Sounds like AB brought up something different and she's responding to that. Personally, but I haven't heard them talk about Palestine anymore because they don't. As we said, well, actually, no, we said the exact opposite. That liberals should be like more pro-Palestine, not Trump in office. Ethan only talks about Palestine to be like, you don't care about Palestine because you're being mean to me.
It's not good.
The context is he was fucking defending Gaza because people like Hassan pathetically voted for Jill Stein instead of Kamala Harris. And
she's also not defending Gaza. She just said Trump will be worse. That's it. She's not even talking about like, oh, you should vote for Kamala because Trump will be worse. We're just like, oh, Trump is just more pro-Israel.
Things as dumb as this.
Hypothetical reality where Kamala Harris would not be as bad as Donald Trump, which we have no proof for.
That's insane.
We were synced up there.
I was so proud of that.
My guy, dude. My guy.
That was what's up.
Shout out, dude.
That's the kind of chemistry we do here.
Ethan and I both talked about how people should vote for Kamala, and especially if you care about the Palestinian cause, because Trump is going to be way worse.
By the way.
And it's well known. He's friends with Bibi. They both are made of the same kind of, shitty behavior.
Yeah.
And that was also what I was trying to say about Gallant.
Of course. And
wait, okay. I mean, fair. If she said that people should vote for Kamala because they care about Palestinians, I think she's wrong. Because, like, Kamala didn't care about Palestinians. But, like, I think that they had their own reasons for voting for Kamala as opposed to Trump. So, like, that's one thing. But I am curious about how this relates to, like, Yoav Gallant. And this, like, Yoav Gallant he's like, oh, well, he's better than the alternatives. Like, he should be in the cabinet as opposed to, like, the alternative person that Bibi selects because he's, like, the moderating voice. Yes. Interesting. She says later that he was the moderating voice. I mean, she said that before as well, right? It's just kind of a weird thing. Again, like, most people drew issue with, like, her being like that he's a good guy, right? But, that's one thing.
So, again, he takes you nodding and removes it
in agreement, nodding in agreement with Rudy Giuliani's statement
out of the context of you defending Gaza.
Oh, just for context, she was nodding in agreement with Rudy Giuliani's statement that Palestinians are taught by the age of 2 to be violent and to hate America, to defend Palestinians. Right. Like when Israel bombs the hospitals that they claim Hamas is in, they're also doing that to, like, defend Palestinians as well. Sure. All right.
For the movement.
Like, it is fucking becomes insane.
Dude,
Like,
at his rally, Rudy was saying that Palestinians are taught at 2 years old to kill Americans.
That's pretty spicy.
Yeah.
Do we have that?
She didn't even respond immediately.
I'm not, and I'm still probably
He
thinking
cut it
also,
together, so it looks like you immediately responded.
Yeah.
That's pretty wild. Okay.
I mean,
And he pauses immediately before she responds immediately, by the way.
Kamala,
the other one.
I could add it.
As long as both of his clips are
listen, there's a lot of things being said. You listen.
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
No,
Okay?
you respond. Come on. Oh, there's a lot of things being said here. She could be responding to anything. She could be responding to any of it. She could be talking about, I mean, I like the tacos I had yesterday. Right? She could have been responding, I mean, to anything. To not, she wasn't saying it to that claim. Yeah, she wasn't. She...
Keep playing.
In
said that at the rally.
Oh, that's epic.
Yeah.
Yeah, we gotta watch the Rudy
I'm
part.
just saying, I really think
and
it's
then
important
there's
people-
I haven't seen this. This is like news to me.
You said,
I
I want to
haven't
watch
seen
the
that
Rudy
clip.
part.
Come on, bro. Come on. She's like, oh, I haven't even seen it. That's why you were agreeing with it in the first place.
I haven't
Yes.
seen it yet.
So show me what's so bad. I don't understand.
No, this is part of what is
What is so
maddening
bad
about this.
here?
This snark phenomenon is truly mind-blowing stuff. They're in
Like, just imagine saying, like, oh, Ethan is a pedophile. And someone's like, I mean, they'd be like, whoa, why are you calling Ethan a pedophile? You're like, what? Me? Calling Ethan a pedophile? But I was obviously talking about something very different. Like, that would be what you're doing here. You're obviously referring to the clause that was just stated. What are we talking about? Yeah, I was defending Ethan not being one when I said, I mean, that was the defense of Ethan, actually. That would be a crazy claim to make.
like a collective psychosis where they world build and that's what it becomes. All right, let's move on. We got to make some.
Oh yes, let's move on. Yeah.
Okay. The other day, BB fired a really good guy that a lot of people are pissed about.
He looked mean. I thought he was mean just because he looked mean.
No, it's not.
No, he's not. He's not mean. I don't know anything about Yoav Gallant, right? Be like, no, he's not mean. No, he's a good guy.
So yes, you caught us. We're not going to run to your defense.
I just want to explain that one.
I have the context.
Okay.
I have this whole one is so stupid. The Gallant thing is like, it's like eye rolling at this point. It's like,
I want to explain it because people bring it up nonstop. I apologize for it right away when he.
No, she didn't. No, she didn't. We're gonna call that. She did not apologize. The Ethan Kleinsmen love to be like, oh, she apologized. She apologized. She didn't apologize. We looked. We checked. No, I'm sorry. No, my fault. No, my bad. No, I apologize. No, I shouldn't have. She might have said I shouldn't have said it. Right? But no, like, actual acknowledgement of, like, the thing I said was wrong and incorrect. Right? And I apologize for claiming that somebody who said Palestinians are human animals is a good guy. It's just like, well, I didn't know much about him, right? And I misspoke. Oopsie my daisy. Well, actually, there was also no oopsie daisy either. So, like, oof.
Ethan made a video to address this on his Ethan Klein channel. I made a quick appearance in that video just to say, I'm sorry, I misspoke. Nope. She did not say I'm sorry. You can't do this to me, lady. We can look it up too. I love that I'm the first thing that comes up when you type in Ethan Klein. I love that I'm the first thing that comes up. I have taken over the search results. It's my VOD from today and my VOD from this morning. Respect. Like, Ethan doesn't even come up first when you search his channel name. It's Hassan, and then iDubbbz, and then 2 H3 podcast segments. I think it's this one.
Disagrees with you is a right-wing shithead. And that's part of the issue that we're having here.
Not this one. This one.
I do understand.
Here. Do a little search for sorry. Oops. That's rough. It looks like sorry doesn't even show up in the transcript at all. What about apologize? Oh, looks like apologize does not show up either. What about apology? Oop. Looks like apology doesn't show up either. What about my bad? Oop. Looks like my bad doesn't show up either. What about my fault? Oh, wait, there's one for my fault. Let's see what this is about.
Get PTSD. I was showing it to say it's not my fault that she's getting.
Oh, he said not my fault. Oh, I didn't read the entire thing. It's not my fault. That doesn't sound like an apology to me. What about oopsie daisy? Oops. Oops. Nope, no oopsie daisy. No, let's see. Eh. What about regret? What maybe regret? Nope, regret doesn't show up. What about plea? Oh, look for plea. That's not a thing. We're looking for sorry. What about ashamed? Nope, no ashamed. We try remorse. No remorse. I must be missing one. Wrong. Nope, didn't. Nope, wrong doesn't even show up anywhere here either. So what did she say? She has to have said something. What did she say?
The guy, her intention was that, you know, this guy is trying to end the war. And I'm pretty sure we're all on the same page as that being a good thing.
I feel like the reason I brought it up was mainly to express the frustration with Bibi and him firing the one guy that was somewhat, attempting at moderation. It wasn't really so much to say Gallant is a good guy. I shouldn't have used that word. That was a bad choice on my part, considering...
It was a bad choice. Is that an apology? She said, I shouldn't have used that word. It was a bad choice. Now, to me, that doesn't sound much like an I'm sorry.
Stuff that he has said that I was not even thinking of. Really coming from the concern...
Maybe they cut out the I'm sorry part when they edited this video down. That's why they think that they apologized. But there's no actual apology in the video, is that they actually accidentally cut that out.
Feeling of like, we have Trump in office and Bibi just fired the guy that is opposing him. That's all.
But also, this happened before Trump was elected. This happened. Oh, actually, wait. Actually, I don't know if this one happened before Trump was elected. I don't know. I was thinking of this one, the October 28th. She might have said Yoav Gallant is a good guy after Trump was elected. So that was on election night? Okay. Maybe. Because this is on November 8th. So there's a chance that like it was actually out on election night, November 5th.
I was trying to say, but I do understand that was not a good choice of words, and I would not have said that again.
I would not have said that again. Not even that, like, okay, this is me being a little bit nitpicky, and I will acknowledge that. Not even I should not have said that, like, or if I go back in time, I would not have said it. As I won't say it again. This is a little bit nitpicky because you can be like, okay, this is what she meant by that, but I'm just saying it's a bit strange. It was definitely on election night. I remember because the stream kept insinuating that Hassan told people not to vote for Kamala.
Choice of words, and I would not have said that again. So I'm stepping away for a little while from being on camera and being on the podcast. It's too much, and it's not fair for everybody. And yeah.
So that's where our head.
And that's really it. Now, you could think this is an apology. I don't really get apology from this. I didn't hear an I'm sorry. But honestly, it's kind of on brand for an Ethan Klein or Kleinsman apology. Not saying I'm sorry, but just being like, well, people feel bad about this thing I said. I won't say it again. So people don't feel bad anymore.
I shouldn't have called him a really good guy. Like, I don't know why I said it like that. The point I was just trying to make is that Bibi fired him because they were disagreeing.
Here, you don't need to paraphrase it.
I feel like the reason I brought it up was mainly...
This is the next day.
To express the frustration with Bibi and him firing the one guy that was somewhat, attempting at moderation. It wasn't really so much to say Gallant is a good guy. I shouldn't have used that word. That was a bad choice on my part, considering stuff that he has said that I was not even thinking of. Really coming from the concern...
So this is not an apology. So before the election, no. If it's the next day, it's on November 7th, and it's after the election.
Feeling of like, we have Trump in office and Bibi just fired the guy that is opposing him. That's all I was trying to say, but I do understand that was not a good choice of words, and I would not have said that again. So
That sounds pretty sincere. I don't see any reason to hold.
That's not an apology. That's not an apology. You can't say it sounds sincere. It's either it's an apology or it's not an apology. And this is not an apology. People saw you say that somebody that said that Palestinians are human animals, you said that they were a good guy, instead of saying, I'm sorry for saying that he is a good guy, right? She said, I wasn't thinking about that. I wouldn't say it again.
that over your head forever as proof that you're genocidal IDF propagandist, which is what he's claiming.
Stepping away for a little while.
Yeah, and then Ela's stepping away because the reaction was so cruel and over the top.
Yeah.
You stepped away.
The reaction was over the top to her saying that somebody said the Palestinians are human animals, and that they're gonna like cut off the fuel and the food and the water and the electricity into Gaza because they're fighting human animals is a good guy. The reaction was over the top. Come on. Come on. Come on. You can't turn around and say, oh, I've apologized for that statement, while then minimizing the statement you actually said. Again, not an apology. Even if you say, I'm sorry, right? You can't say, oh, what I said wasn't even that bad, but I'm sorry anyway. That's also not an apology.
For a while, but the main purpose of that comment was that, again, just to fucking explain it for the 100th time, Gallant wanted to end the war. In the headlines at the time, he was in the headlines for opposing Netanyahu and wanting to end the war. That's what he was in the headlines for, and that's what we're referring to.
This is also not true, by the way. Gallant wanted to redirect focus into fighting in South Lebanon because he thought that that would be a better use of the IDF's time to commit atrocities there instead of focusing on Gaza specifically. That's what he said. Like, this is very clear. Anybody who's actually pro-Palestinian who follows the news would have told you this. It's very clear what he wanted to do. He wanted to redirect some resources away from committing a very direct genocide in Gaza to then like attacking Lebanon. And Netanyahu was like, no, I want to continue the genocide in Gaza. And then like, he fired him because like they had like a difference in how they wanted to commit atrocities. They had a difference in how they wanted to do the terrorism. Also, you're absolutely not seeing any headlines. He's taking Elon's word for it.
Spoke. It didn't sound good. We immediately corrected ourselves. You know, that's how mature people do. That's how how you're supposed to handle yourself, isn't it? Like, what more do you want me to do?
I have no problem apologizing and admitting and whatever is needed when things happen.
Also, keep in mind, they didn't apologize. This also was not an apology. This is what people like this always do. They always talk about how they did apologize instead of actually apologizing. Because they don't lose anything by being like, again, I'm sorry for the words that I said. I didn't mean it. But like, I apologize for this in the past, in some like, you know, vague terms in the past. So leave me alone. She could say, I don't agree with the words that I said. I apologize for it. But now it's just like, oh, you know, I already apologized for it, so leave me alone. He's doing this inward compilation is the same thing. Yeah. Because always, I've apologized for it in the past. Like, sometimes you gotta hold the L. Right? Again, this is the difference between somebody like iDubbbz, Ian, and somebody like Ethan. Because I guarantee if I call up Ian right now and I say, hey, I feel some type of way about how you used the N-word in the past. Can you apologize? He'll be like, yeah, I'm sorry. You know what I mean? It would be kind of cringe to do that, right? It'll be dumb. But I think he'll be like, I apologize, right? Because he understands that the pathway to atonement is to, you know, sometimes you're going to have to hold the L. You're going to have to apologize for things you've already apologized for in the past. You know what I mean? Also, yeah, I'm not going to address Zachariah fan seriously. Like, I'm not addressing that person in a serious capacity.
So, but his claim, so he goes back and his claim is important.
Lisa is very well familiar with the propaganda and the shit coming out.
I'd love to chat with her about Israel-Palestine. No, I wouldn't actually. That'd be a terrible experience.
That sounds like
that'd be a terrible experience. Yeah. Let's not.
Out of Israel. Choosing now, out of all the times, to be like, please defend me. No, we're not going to fucking defend you.
Rudy was saying that Palestinians are taught at
so he's saying I'm not defending you because of these two things.
2 years old to kill Americans.
Yeah. Okay, hold on. Is Ethan going to apologize for insinuating that Ian and Anissa were saying they're not going to defend you because they're Israeli? So he understands. Whatever happened to like, oh, it's because we're Israeli, they're not defending us. They made a huge claim about, oh, you're not defending us because we're Israeli. Not near 10 minutes ago in his VOD. But now they're like, oh no, it's because of these two things, which is true. It's because you defend genocide in these ways. So they don't want to defend you because you're gross.
He cuts you nodding, which is totally like, he cut out like a good like few seconds there in between. You can
No, he didn't. Okay, he's just stupid. I think that there's nothing going on in Ethan's brain. I think his brain is empty. Completely empty. There was no time cut out in the content cop. None. None at all. Ethan paused the video himself and was like, he cut out time, made it quicker than it actually is. And then when you play the actual clip, she responds immediately.
That one?
Americans.
That's pretty spicy.
Yeah.
Do we have that one?
Like Kamala. That's pretty spicy.
Yeah.
Do we have that one?
Like
Put that
Kamala.
under the other one.
Like, come on. Gotta keep moving on to the next slide, please. Take a minute off.
Like
just the other day, BB fired a really good guy that a lot of people are pissed about.
the Gallant thing, which is just so bad faith. It's such a low blow. Like, bro, you know.
Way to edit me into like, look at this Israeli bitch.
Yeah, and the insinuation is that you.
Listen, you said it, not him. Like, so how are you gonna get mad for something you said?
It's such a low blow. Like, bro, you know.
Way to edit me into like, look at this Israeli bitch.
Yeah, and the insinuation is that you can never fucking you can never correct yourself. You're never allowed to correct yourself. And Ian, that's kind of what your whole thing has become, right? You know. He looked mean. I thought he was mean. And then he shows a headline. Israel.
Zach Rar fan, I'm not reading your messages, by the way. So you can keep yapping if you want to. You're not gonna be seen.
Warns can send Lebanon back to Stone Age. Gallant says, yeah, I mean, like we said, we were excited that he wanted to end the war. Is that a problem?
What? What? No shot. No shot. He read this headline and was like, yeah, he wants to end the war. Makes sense to me.
Bimble Griggs just subscribed.
What? What? I must be misunderstanding him.
What your whole thing has become, right? You know. He looked mean. I thought he was mean. And then he shows a headline. Israel warns can send Lebanon back to Stone Age. Gallant says, yeah, I mean, like we said, we were excited that he wanted to end the war. Is that a problem? Just because he looked mean.
No, it's not.
Okay. Okay. I'll read this as charitably as I can possibly read this and say that he's saying that this headline doesn't matter because he wanted to end the war. So he's saying like, yeah, he did say this, but like, who cares because he wanted to end the war. So like, this doesn't matter, right? But if I'm going to be uncharitable, which I am going to be uncharitable because I think it's funny, he's reading this headline, right, of Gallant saying that he's going to strike back at Lebanon and send Lebanon back to the Stone Age, right? And he's like, yeah, he wants to end the war. That's them ending the war. That's them ending the war. Yep, yeah, he wants to end the war. Makes sense to me. Makes sense to me. Like, that's what it sounds like when he said it the first time. I was like, why is he saying that? Why is he saying that?
He looked mean. I thought he was mean. And then he shows a headline. Israel warns can send Lebanon back to Stone Age. Gallant says, yeah, I mean, like we said, we were excited that he wanted to end the war. Is that a problem? Just because he looked mean.
No. Not.
So this, by the way, is his idea of joke and editing. Like, I don't know what's happening. The editing on this video is significantly worse than usual. His jokes are like, there's one thing to be said about like silly, like low editing memes, like the I just learned Photoshop meme, you know, with the frog. Like, that's funny. But this is the substance of all of his like additive edits, and it's all just like PNGs he directly downloads or some shit. I think someone else has been editing his videos, and this might be the first time he's been forced to edit his own video, and he's very bad at it. He's very bad at it. That has to be because it just doesn't make sense otherwise. Like,
this does feel like projection because I think that Ethan has seen the responses to his content nuke, People said that his editing sucked, and now he's trying to throw the responses that he got to his content back onto the content cop to make himself feel better.
So yes, you caught us. We're not going to run to your defense when, I don't know, we follow people.
Yeah, and once again, what an insane characterization that I'm mad because you follow people. And he goes on about this.
We be following. That's one fucked up thing that you can say about Anissa and I is when we're on Twitter.
But I mean, that's the point though. Like, you're mad because unless you want Ian to like speak up for like his former past editor that they have nothing to do with, then you must be mad that like they follow people, right? Like, cause like again, he's not friends with like Froggy Tonic. Like,
on about this.
We be following. That's one fucked up thing that you can say about Anissa and I is when we're on Twitter, we do be following.
So,
the problem.
Okay, if you want to hang out with those people and have no spine and not stand up for another girl that stood up for you, enjoy your new friends.
She's friends with people like Denim.
I know. Yeah.
Which I'll show. Denim is actually participating in this whole.
Here he brings the employees again into it.
He says, "I want to play this whole part because I have a response. Over half of their current and former employees follow Denims. It's almost like that's not the problem. Service lie.
then what's the problem? They're also like friends with Denims. So, but your issue is that Ian and Anissa are friends with people that you think called CPS on you, but so are your employees. So why are you not expecting your employees to like unfollow them or whatever?
Yeah, and if you're friends with them, then you're saying what they're saying.
You'll notice that Ethan and Neela start talking about this Denims character. Originally, the complaint was
about the girl who accused me of leaving shit on the floor and that CPS should be called, right? Just to remind you, Ian, because I don't know if you know that.
About my former editor. He's been chatting shit about Ethan and Hila for the past year at least. They only care about it now because I guess it was spoon-fed to them via their Reddit that's clearly looking out for them. Now I'm not going to sugarcoat
Unlike, I guess you're looking out for me.
it. We are friends with Denims, but I would...
Well, I find that reprehensible. Like, that's my problem. That's what I said.
That's exactly what we were
saying. That's what you confirmed. Again, the self-owning in this video is catastrophic. Yes, you're friends with Denim. Are these...
So is his employees. That's the point that Ian's making. He's friends with Denims, but so are your employees. Where's AB, by the way? Just curious. Haven't seen him so far. Just wondering. Where's AB? I don't know.
These people in the crew friends with Denim to that extent where, let's see, here's Anissa in Frogan's chat defending her tweet about, sorry, hold on. Here's Anissa in her chat, okay, defending her take that October 7th was like a justified act of resistance or whatever. It's just insane. I mean, we can show it for posterity. Maybe it's even here. But you guys.
What does this have to do with like the level of friendship? I'm in a lot of people's chats. Oh, chat, if you're in my chat, we're best friends apparently. He's like, or is the crew so friendly with like Denims that they're in Denims' chat? Maybe. He's saying chatting is like the pinnacle of friendship. That's what his point is. Right? Honestly, okay, I'll be fair. That's actually not what his point is. He doesn't have a point here. He wants to just draw a line between he just wants some way to show this screenshot, right?
Left or
Anissa wasn't involved in this. Frogan wasn't involved in this conversation. It was about Ian saying that he's friends, I guess Anissa as well, friends with Denims. And he's like, well, have you seen this screenshot that we got from somewhere of Anissa being in Frogan's chat? They have nothing to do with each other, but they want some way to like bring the screenshot up. That's it.
People want a phone. I don't remember. Yeah.
Who fucking who?
Did you send it? 5B, baby. We know what's up. We got numbers. We got letters. That's what it is. Oh, thank you. Yeah. So this is the tweet, by the way, that what's the saying? Set 1,000 ships to sail or something. Frogan left his preach and foam at the mouth.
Is that Anissa defending Ethan? Why is he complaining? Yes.
Thought of a revolution happening in America.
Yes, he's saying that like Ethan is like feeling a lot of emotions right now, and hopefully he'll come to his senses in the future. That's really it.
America, but as soon as it happens in the Middle East, what they're doing is wrong. Now, this is important to note that on October 7th at 2:30 a.m., me and Elo were in bed as the story was breaking, listening to Israeli families call into news stations begging for help and being burned alive in their safe rooms. This was as scenes of horror were unfolding as they were in kibbutz, civilian living quarters, and civilian concerts, slaughtering, raping, murdering, mayheming civilians. So at the exact moment that that's happening, and her take is this, is fucking insane. It's actually insane. And so to see.
Are we not going to talk about how, like, on October 7th, Ethan and Elo are, like, laying down, like, hearing all the Israelis call in to news stations. But, like, before that, they just gave two flying fucks about Palestinians. Right? Palestinians who were, like, slaughtered, who were raped by, like, you know, like, the IOF. Like, straight by, like, the sanctioned military of Israel. Right? Peacefully. Like, they just didn't care about that. Right? When it got close to them, then they care. Right? And now after, when the Palestinians have been slaughtered to the tune of, like, you know, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, they still don't care about that either. They care about, like, one sliver of time, right? Everything before October 7th, they don't care about. October 7th, they care about. Everything after, they don't care about. They don't talk about how there's 911 calls of, like, a 6-year-old child, right? A little girl, right? Talking to a dispatcher about how a tank is rolling up on her. Right? Alone, sitting in a car. Doesn't talk about that. Doesn't talk about that. We watched it, like, on the stream. Doesn't talk about that. Doesn't spare a single mention about that. Right? Doesn't spare a single mention about that. I just want to point that out. Mayheming, English major, by the way. I'm not gonna come out here for saying mayheming. You know what I mean? Like, sometimes you make up words for, like, dramatic effect. You know? It's like a little joke.
Anissa in the chat saying, "I think you will realize what he's saying isn't the best in a week or so. It's fueled by pain. I really hope he talks about it calmly later. I think it will be."
Yes, this is true. Number one, this isn't even an endorsement of Frogan's tweet. Right? This isn't even an endorsement of Frogan's tweet. It's not. Right? It's a criticism of the fact that you are driven by emotion, which she's not even saying is a bad thing. And so you're saying things that you may not mean in this moment. And hopefully you'll take a second. You'll take 1 second in the future to think and be like, maybe I was not being as charitable as I could have been in this moment. You know what I mean? Did say anything about the medics that were gunned down in Gaza? No. Talking about the Hind story. The story was actually where she watched her family get murdered by the IOF in front of her. And then they killed her, and then the paramedics went to rescue her or something, and Ethan's never brought up. And the paramedics that went to rescue her, Ethan's never brought up or shed one tear for. Yeah, I know. We went over it, like, a few weeks ago in this exact same way, where, like, Ethan spends time talking about the Israeli deaths, which, again, I'm not even saying he can't do. I'm not even saying he shouldn't do, right? The Israeli victims on October 7th, like, the civilian casualties was a bad thing, obviously, right? Civilian casualties in general are bad things, right? But it's very important to contextualize the fact that he only talks about Israeli casualties because he has a connection with them, as opposed to actually empathizing with the Palestinian people because he doesn't have a connection with them.
I live like a capitalist every single day, Shank. I live as a capitalist, okay? I live when I believe.
Mortal_Nightwolf just
That's it.
subscribed. You go and dancey dance.
And I think that is immoral. It is an immoral thing to do. It is an immoral thing to only identify with the people that you have a direct connection to, right? Instead of people you don't have a connection to. Because, yeah, it's dehumanizing. He doesn't see them as people. He sees the Israeli casualties as people, right? But when it comes to Palestinians, men, women, children, doesn't matter. They're not people to Ethan. He won't even spare a single tear. He'll cry about people being too mean to him, right? No Israeli does. I disagree with you. There are Israelis that do talk about the Palestinian victims, right? There are Israelis who are conscientious objectors, who object to serving in the IDF. They exist, right? They may not be as numerous as we would like them to be, right? But they do exist. They exist. Ethan is not one of them. Let's be entirely clear. Hila is not one of them, right? And I think that's worse. I think that the fact that they do exist and Ethan is not one of them is worse. If there was a world where every Israeli was like, didn't care about the Palestinian civilians and like they only cared about the Israeli civilians, that would be one thing, right? Hila would just be like one of the many Israelis, right? But it's even worse that there are moral Israelis who stand against the genocide and who speak out for the Palestinian civilians, right? Speak out for the Palestinian civilians. And Ethan and Hila are not one of them. Do you care more about Black issues than Asian issues? I mean, not particularly. Not many, but there's some. Of course you do. What do you mean? Like, do you think you know me better than I know me, Chatter? You asked me a question, I answered your question, you're like, I disagree with your answer. I disagree with your answer. People care about the issues that affect them. I mean, sure, people care about the issues that affect them. Even if people care more about the issues that affect them than other issues, sure. Right? But if your issues put you above genocide, then I don't really care. Right? So in your world, right? Like I talk and I care more about genocide than I do about like, Black people getting paid less on average than white people. When he defended genocide, he's defending genocide right now, Chatter. Exactly what I described is genocide defense. You caring more, I'm going to explain it to you. All right? Stop typing. And I'm going to explain it to you. You caring more, chat, don't at this person. Right? Stop. Let me speak to them. If you care more about the 1,200 Israeli casualties on October 7th than you do about the upwards of 60, 80, 100,000, right, 150,000 deaths of, that Israel has directly caused of Palestinians, right? And you spend more time talking about the Israeli casualties than the genocide that followed, you're defending a genocide. You are. No, you're not. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. I mean, you're literally not. Yes, you are. You're wrong. You're incorrect. You are incorrect. You're incorrect. That's defensive genocide. The Israeli casualties on October 7th are used as justification for the genocide. And so if a year and a half later, you are only speaking about the Israeli casualties, you are serving to defend and justify the genocide. You're doing Israeli propaganda. Is the BB's war criminal after October 7th? I don't care. Do not care. Doesn't matter. He only speaks to humanize the Israeli casualties, and he spends like proportionally less on the Palestinians. You're just staying to your narrative? Like, Shattered. Okay, I wasn't going to talk about this, but like, you used the wrong your in the sentence where you use the correct your. Like, you got to fix that, please. I'm staying to help you out. Number one. Number two. It's a pure game of proportionality. You can talk about the Israeli casualties on October 7th, right? But if you spend 90% of your time talking about the 1,200 Israeli victims on October 7th, as opposed to the, hundreds of thousands victims of Palestinians, victims of Israel's genocide following, you're running defense for Israel's genocide. Like you're doing it. Like that's what you're doing. The problem isn't that both are wrong. The problem is that if you're speaking way more about the oppressors losing such tragedies compared to the victims of genocide, that is in fact genocide apologia. Exactly. What about Ian ripping the Quran in half? Was that chill? I don't care. That's like, maybe the chat thinks I'm Muslim as well. Like you can ask the Muslim people in the chat about that. I'm not Muslim. I can't speak to whether or not like, oh, that was unacceptable for him to do. You're expecting me to speak for a community that I'm not a part of. It's like asking me, how do you feel about Hassan saying an anti-white slur? I don't know. I'm not white. I don't know. Like you're asking me a question about an unrelated like group that I can't decide if something is wrong or not wrong. I can tell you about his uses of slurs and how that's bad. Like, does many things affect you matter more? No, I'm saying that I can't speak for a community that I'm not a part of. Right? I cannot speak for what makes like that community, like who upsets that community. Right? But I can speak to whether or not I think that genocide is wrong. How can you even talk about Palestinians then? Because they're being faced with a genocide. That's it. I think if you think that Palestinians are being faced with a genocide and you're not talking about the genocide and you're instead talking about October 7th, you don't care about the genocide. Like, or you think both are bad? If you think that October 7th and the genocide of Palestinians are equally bad, you're doing genocide apologia. If you think that you never said they're equal, you just said both are bad. You have to assume that like one is worse. Genocide, no good. October 7th, no good. Genocide, very no good. Both are bad. One is worse, of course. Okay, we're getting somewhere. So after October 7th, you would think if one is worse, that if you cared about both issues, you would talk about the one that is worse more often than the one that's just bad. Right? You said about both? No, you're not listening. You're deflecting. If you think one is bad and one is worse, you would think that you would talk about the one that is worse more often than the one that is just bad, right? That would make sense. Am I wrong?
SDABLOVE haven't been able
We're
to
talking about the one that he
tune in a
knows more
while.
about because he's
Hope
Israeli and
everyone
lived
is
there.
doing as well
No.
as possible. Hi, hey.
No. If you think that because somebody is Israeli, they don't speak about the genocide, you're doing genocide apologia. If you're not talking about a genocide because you don't know about the genocide and he knows more about Israel, you're doing genocide apologia. He didn't speak about it. Which one did he talk about more? Again, I will repeat my question. If you think that one is bad and one is worse, you would think that he would speak more. I don't know, did you count? Do you think that Ethan talks more or speaks more about the genocide in Palestine or about October 7th in the Israeli perspective? Do you think he speaks about the genocide more? Yeah, probably. You think that he talks about the genocide in Palestine more than he talks about October 7th. Genuinely. Prove me wrong? No. You are making the claim. I'm asking you a question. You are making the claim that he speaks more about the genocide in Palestine than he does about October 7th. You would have to prove that claim, chatter. The burden of proof is on you because you are making that claim. So you go prove the claim. You go prove the claim. You're making the claim that him being pro-genocide. No, I make the claim that he defends genocide, right? And my proof is right here, right? Him doing this is him defending genocide. I'm proving my claim right now. You've interrupted me proving my claim. Your claim is that he talked more about the genocide in Palestine than he did about October 7th. So I'm going to ban you. And like Wesley, you now have homework. If you want to come back in this chat, you must now bring me proof in your unban request that Ethan Klein has talked more about the genocide in Palestine than he did about October 7th. And if you do that, I will unban you. Do your homework. I am fair. I am magnanimous. This guy was previously banned as same term as Wesley. Wait, was it? What was his at? Oh, you're totally right. This is the guy. Yeah, you are totally right. This is the guy. He already had homework. I let him back in. I banned him 3 times. Then I unbanned him and came back in here. LOL. Well, do your homework, chatter. Do your homework, chatter.
Will be better.
It was Wesley? No. It was Wesley's less funny cousin. Same class.
I did everything right and they indicted
Yeah, we need
me.
to defend apartheid. The apartheid wall, you can't say you're pro-Palestinian. Yeah. Zombie Mozart, thank you for the 500 bits. Much appreciated. Also, Thembo, thank you for the 9-month resubscription. Jassy Jazz, thank you for the tier 1. Mortal Nightwolf, thank you for the 9-month resubscription. Bimble Griggs, thank you for the prime. My point was very simple. Even if you want to have the conversation that civilian deaths are bad, even before October 7th, civilian deaths, child deaths, were disproportionately on the Palestinian side. And so you can talk about the death that happened in Israel. You can talk about the deaths of Israeli citizens. But if you spend proportionally more time talking about the deaths of the Israeli civilians as opposed to the deaths of the Palestinians, you're not even a centrist. You're just pro-Israel. You know what I mean? You're just doing like pro-Israel propaganda. Right? If one Israeli civilian died, right, or was killed by like Hamas or whatever, and then 2 Palestinian civilians were killed by Israel, and you spend 2 seconds talking about those 2 civilians killed by Israel, and then 3 days talking about the 1 civilian killed by Hamas, you're pro-Israel. You're not even a centrist. You're not even like both sidesing. Because you're not doing both sides. You're offering uneven coverage to one atrocity or to one crime because it serves your political purpose. And that's what Ethan is doing. Right? He'll talk about how pro-Palestinian he is, but he will spend proportionally way more time talking about the death of the Israeli civilians as opposed to the genocide that Israel is committing. If you even think it's a genocide, which I don't know if Ethan does. He'll say that there are apartheid-like conditions in Gaza in the West Bank. He'll say that it's genocide-like-ish, or close to, genocide thing before being corrected by presumably his wife, right, in Gaza. But he won't ever say that it's a genocide. It's almost worse if you admit that one side exists, because then you show that you have no ability to take things of the context of the situation.
Oh, again, it sounds nice, but she's talking about Hamas killing civilians. I'm not changing.
No, she's talking about your your reaction to harassing Frogan over this.
Sounds nice.
That's what she's talking about. She's not even defending Hamas. I think he will realize what he is saying isn't the best in a week or so. It's fueled by pain. I really hope he talks about it calmly later. I think it will be better. She's not even saying that you have to agree with Frogan. She's saying that your reaction to Frogan was very clearly unjustifiable, right? And was disgustingly harsh because you were being fueled by pain. She acknowledged your pain and saying, hopefully in a week or so, you could be less, heavy-handed on Frogan about this.
Talking about Hamas killing civilians.
Why is Dave Weigel talking about Ethan Klein? Okay. The worlds are colliding. The worlds are colliding. Jeez. Who's David? Dave. Dave is my pet name for him because we're best friends like that. Dave Weigel made a reference that he was a Concept Cop fan. W. I hope you don't stop coming on the show when you find out about my radical extremism. Your glasses are fake. How did he know? Stop. How did he know? The real problem is we're expecting a Zionist to display a level of empathy and understanding. They do not care. You would have more chance to get a fish to understand flight. It's a waste of energy, unfortunately. Ethan and Hila are Zionists. They will always spin it. Just like the response, every chance they get, anti-Semitism is sad. Well, the problem is that Ethan claims that he's not a Zionist. So a lot of what I've been doing for the past year or so is trying to demonstrate, not necessarily to Ethan, because like as Zach Rar fan correctly clocked me on, he's not going to watch my streams, right? But demonstrate that like Ethan, while claiming he's not a Zionist, is doing like Israeli propaganda, right? Regardless of what he says, he's doing Israeli propaganda. Calls himself a Zionist twice in this response, but then he'll also claim that he's like not a, it doesn't matter. The point is like he becomes whatever he needs to be for the situation. He's a Zionist when he says 90% of Jews are Zionists, but he's also not a Zionist because like you calling him a Zionist is anti-Semitic, right? Because he said that this is what he used to say back in the day. He's changed this now because he found new talking points, but he used to say the only reason why you claim that I'm a Zionist is because you're anti-Semitic, because I believe 90% of what you believe. Right? Like that's what he claims. And so he claims you can't call him a Zionist because he's anti-Semitic if you do so, because you're only calling him a Zionist because he's Jewish. But then he has to also be a Zionist because like 90% of Jews are Zionists. And that leave does not represent all Jews because, anti-Zionist Jews are fringe.
I'm not changing my mind on that one, and but I'm glad. And so when I see something like this, I'm like, oh God, I didn't know that it was like that. I didn't know that she was like, remember Milhouse, the guy who's like laughing and giggling all giddily about the Israelis running for their life? We watched it on Wednesday. Here she is in his DMs. He accidentally leaked it, and guess who's there? Anissa. Yeah, this guy is probably, the most despicable of the bunch. Here is Anissa. Something saying, if there's anything you're unsure, I don't know what they're talking about, but here's Denims in his convo. Here's someone just talking about me. It's like, you all are talking together. You're involved in this, and I know that. Like, let's not pretend like it's not fucking obvious. It's not because you're following them on Twitter. That's insanely stupid. It's like a baby brain take. What an idiot.
We want to stay out of the drama.
That's just not true. I just don't think that was a genuine statement. I think I closed it. Oh, no, I didn't. It's right here.
would say it's the same level of friendship that we had with Ethan and Hila. It's like kind of an
That's so fucking insultingly. But like they really rewriting their history of like we barely knew him. This is like Trump talking about Epstein.
The only thing Ethan did,
except I'm not Epstein.
Points out is that I don't know if you want to read. I guess
Wait, also Ethan does that with Destiny, by the way. There is confirmation that he has communications with Destiny and Diddy Saltman, and he tries to pretend like he doesn't know him. Again, every accusation is a confession. Just want to point that out.
at least Millhouse did not endorse that you killed Shredder and the CPS stuff.
Which is all I wanted to hear from Ian,
right?
Ironically. Okay, I'm pausing too much.
internet friendship. We think that she's a good person, like we think.
I don't know if he killed Shredder. That's my take. I don't care if he killed Shredder. That's my take. I don't know about the intricacies of what's going on with him and his dog. No clue. No idea. I have no idea. No, I don't know. I can neither confirm nor deny whether or not he killed his dog with cheddar cheese. Because I have no idea. I don't know. I can confirm that you can only Prime sub on this channel. That's right. You can only subscribe with Prime on this channel. You can't use it on any other stream but my stream. So make sure you check and see if you have a Prime sub available, and you should use that Prime sub here, because you can't use it anywhere else. You have to use it here and only here. Yeah.
They're both good people at their core.
Well, one's wrong, one did something wrong, and despicable. Do the other one. It's not rocket science, dude.
People can have.
I'm pretty sure I can give it a 5 gifted subs. Live Moss. And Carbon, thank you for the Prime. Much appreciated. You're not looking at me, boy.
Crash out moments. People can say things that
they got a Taco Bell ad. Taco Bell just sponsored me already. Just sponsor me already. You know you want to. Also, a hype train has started. So
I live like
give
a
me.
capitalist.
Thank you.
I live as a capitalist. Okay? I live when I believe.
Cozy
That boy's a
underscore
liar.
cozy just subscribe.
That boy's a liar. That boy's a liar. You're not looking at me, boy. I don't talk about ad after. Just sponsor me, Taco Bell. You know you want to. Should I reach out to? I might reach out to Taco Bell and be like, hey, you should sponsor me. Wait, this has 18,000 likes. Whoops.
She's a good person.
Which way, modern man? This is 18,000 likes. Bro, what? I'm on this, by the way.
Jessa gifted a tier 1 sub to enemies 0 nanograms. They have given 6 gift subs in the channel.
Jesse, you're Hunter. Thank you for the gifted sub. Poor cutie getting dragged into it. Let's see who this is. We have Hassan and Hassan's lover, let's see, Elon Musk, LeBron James. You have Valkyrie, Bana Banata, me, Lolo Overruled, Will, Matt Lieb, Adam McIntyre, Elub Lovely, Cutie Cinderella, Austin Show, Hassan. I already say Will, Frogan, Noah, Chris, Ian and Anissa. And then you have, oh jeez, this is such a scary picture. You have Ela, Ethan, Sig Heiling, which, you know, he does from time to time, by the way. Elon Musk, Olivia, AB, which can still be saved. Come over to the good side. Come over to the good side, to the bright side. You can be saved. You can be saved. Now it's too late. It's not too late. AB's been gone for 2 days, chat. Listen, I believe. We are leftists. We believe in redemption. We believe in redemption. It's possible. We do have snacks. We have snackies. They don't have snackies over there. Also, geez, this is such a low resolution picture of Asmongold. Asmongold, pedophile. Wait, sorry. Keemstar, pedophile. I'm sorry, Destiny. This guy. This guy. A Dick Rider. I have no idea who this person is actually. And yeah, if he's not getting out of El Salvador, it's possible. Was that this extended one? Oh, here's an extended one. Oh, this is a lot more people. It's 2.6K. A Karl Marx made an appearance. Kaya, Froggy Tonic, Mike, Felix, Caroline, Comrade Casey. We're all kind of smushed in here. Man, taking this picture kind of hurt. You know? We all have to get very smushed in for this picture. Stavi. Who's this guy? I don't know who this guy is. He was kind of conservative, though. I also don't know who this person is. Second thought. Hakeem. Ugopnik. Emma. Sam. Noah. Not this Noah, but another Noah. Denims. I think this is Anthony.
I
Do
did
not
everything
worry.
right and they indicted me.
And then you have Boner Box. Diddy Saltman. The pedophile defender. The quartering. I don't know who this person is actually. Oh God, Richie Torres. A lot of sex offenders on that side. There are a lot of sex offenders. Pac-Man? Wait, really? Yeah, his head's so tiny I couldn't see him. Yeah, he's pro-Israel. I mean, that's not surprising. But I didn't know. Yeah, I didn't know Pac-Man was involved. Like, I didn't know he was like he picked a side. Why is Muda there? Well, Muda is like on Ethan's side. Wait, Yoav Gallant in? No, this is Hila. I know it's confusing. Right? But this is Hila Klein. That's not Yoav Gallant. I have no idea who this guy is. Right? Sorry. Okay. I joke. I know. I'm joking, chat. I'm memeing. Giardia? This is Giardia? That's crazy. That's wild. Okay, that's pretty good. This is also Ethan's basement.
I live like a capitalist every single day, Shank. I live as a capitalist. Okay? I live when I believe.
Kaz90 just subscribed. You.
Kaz, thank you for that. Was that 25? Oh, Golden Kappa Train, chat. Chat, there's a Golden Kappa Train happening. Just donate 1 bit. You get to use a Golden Kappa. Can we get it to level 8? We're currently at level, can you get to level 7? We're currently at level 6. Can we get to level 7 Golden Kappa Train? This is a perfect time. Perfect time. Letter Q, thank you for the 100 bits. A King Call Person, thank you for the 10 gifted subs. Forever Spawn, thank you for the 10 gifted subs. Jess Hunter, thank you for the gifted sub. Kaz, thank you for the gifted sub. Zeef DNB, thank you for the bit. Chad, thank you for the bit. Fluffy Horn Owl, thank you for the bit. Zombie Mozart, thank you for the 3 bits. Blue Mark, thank you for the gifted sub. The True Claw, thank you for the tier 1. Yeet the Rich, thank you for the 5 gifted sub. Bear Susan, thank you for the 100 bits. Noobzor, 2 hands, thank you for the 100 bits. Free Palestine Today, True, thank you for the gifted sub. Meezy, thank you for the bit. Neffies, thank you for the bit. K Elements, thank you for the 100 bits. Before Kiku's, thank you for the gifted sub. Golden Kappa Train level 7 reach. Dembo, thank you for the gifted sub. Phaler, thank you for the bit. James Gray, thank you for the 100 bits. Caesar Go, thank you for the 100 bits. Grumpy, thank you for the 5 gifted subs. BDM Nat, thank you for the 99. Wait, BDM Nat 99, thank you for the 8-month resubscription. I'm a spaceship. Thank you for the 5 gifted subs. Level 8 has hit. White Belts Blast. Thank you for the 5 gifted subs. Cope Dealer, thank you for the 3 bits. Bolt Chlor, thank you for the 100 bits. Violet Drip, thank you for the bit. Jeray's Fish, thank you for the gifted sub. Gwyn Penguin, thank you for the 1 bit. Slumby Prince, thank you for the bit. Jeez Louise. Zachariah Patchy, thank you for the bit. Thanks Sauce, thank you for the 100 bits. Starry Shapo, thank you for the bit. Falve, thank you for the 100 bits. Noodle McBoodle, thank you for the 1 bit. Faylover, thank you for the 3 bits. Looper, thank you for the 5 gifted subs. Noodle McBoodle, thank you for the bit. Baggy Pie, thank you for the gifted sub. And somebody redeemed auto-tune. Baby girl, what's your name? Let me talk to you. Let me buy you a drink. Zeke and B. Thanks for the bits. I can't do this without you here. Derek Hill, thank you for the 50 gifted subs. 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 Gifted subs.
About to go get that
Gifted subs. Level 12 Golden Gap Train. We hit the record. Saying goodbye. You're not looking at me, boy.
Yo. I resubbed to support you, but to also ask you to leave the Ethan shit alone. You have so much better insight.
I hear you. But have you considered? Zeep, thank you for the 30 bits. Zachariah Badger, thank you for the 10 bits. 10 bits. We hate the 1,000-bit thing. 9-level high train. We hate it. Non-Biryani, thank you for the 4-month resubscription. Falve, thank you for the 5 gifted subs. Doc Hollandaise, thank you for the gifted sub. Zeus Vice, thank you for the tier 1. Senna 2K 000, thank you for the bit. Cope Dealer, thank you for the 97 bits. Frankie Heaty, thank you for the 500 bits. Doodle Bird, thank you for the 21 months. Zombie Mozart, thank you for the bit. Zyme Barry, thank you for the bit. AKA War, thank you for the bit. Pity Pity, thank you for the bit. Void Table, thank you for the bit. Pattern Shade Smart, thank you for the gifted sub. For the Forever Swan, thank you for the 1,006 bits. Big Loom, thank you for the 10 bits. Scribbled and Dibble, thank you for the gifted sub. Mon Boom, thank you for the bit. Doofus, thank you for the bits. Big T, thank you for the bits. Oh, jeez, Louise. Empress Jada, thank you for the gifted sub. Okay.
I did everything right and they indicted me.
We hit a level 12 hype train. New hype train all-time high reached. Level 12. Much appreciated. You cup of tea after that? Yeah. I don't even have any tea. I only have coffee. Only have coffee. Ugh, jeez Louise. Okay, and
I did everything right and they indicted
and
me.
We hit Elysium, thank you for the 5 gifted subs. Thank you, Ethan Klein.
Get the Henny.
Nobody knows who I am. Who is that black guy in the content cop? Nobody knows who he is. He's a nobody.
Tier 1 sub to Maria Foxmar.
Well, I'm a nobody with some money. Thank you, Ethan Klein.
About to go get that
You are my best friend. No, that's Ludwig. You shut your gosh darn mouth. How dare you? Here, I have to do a song for Ethan Klein now.
About to go get the Henny.
Sean the Black says she's my African princess.
Non-Bayani just subscribed. Free Palestine.
Hey. Hey. This is for Ethan Klein. This is for Ethan Klein.
You stay on my mind.
_Hollandasher gifted a tier 1 sub to B for Sutherland.
You stay
Sean
on my mind.
my African princess.
Every
Z
day.
Spikes just subscribed.
Every way. You stay
did everything
On my
right
mind.
and they indicted me.
Every day. Ethan, you stay on my mind. Please give me a sign. He says you don't know me. Why?
Doodlebab just
You stay on my mind. Please give me a sign. You don't know me. Why? Why?
I don't know how you don't remember how I held you down from June till December.
Please. I don't know why. Give me a sign. Do make me cry. I don't know why. Please. Please. I don't know why. Give me a sign. Don't make me cry. Ethan Klein. Please. Please. Wait. Ethan, you are the one for me. Ethan, you are the one I wanna see. Genocide beside me. Genocide beside me. Ethan, you are the one I wanna see. Ethan, you are the one I cannot see. Genocide beside me. Genocide beside me, please. Ethan, please. I'm sorry I said the words you said to me. Why'd you say you're getting down on knees? Please, please. Gave you my ring in a poop box on the toilet. You know you rock. I know the things you don't want sock. I know the things I wear in the socks that you gave me last night. Come Ethan Klein, you know the ones. I am your guy, you don't know me, but I know you. You are the ones. Don't give me the flu, give me G-Daria. I am the one. Don't sit on my lap, I sit on the fun. Wait, I'm not the dick rider like Dan. You are the one. I will not ran away from me. No. L and dance on your face. You know I will never chase. I am the guy, the one you will face. Do not face me. Face the...
I lost it. I have no idea what I was saying.
Wait. Hold on. Wait. Yeah, come Ethan Klein. Give me a sign. Do not make me cry. Give me a sign. Come on, Ethan Klein. Just give me a sign. Just give me a sign. Don't tell me you don't know me. Don't do that to me.
What are we talking about? What are we talking about? Let me finish taking the bits. Where did I leave off? Void Temple, thank you for the 14 bits. Santa, thank you for the bit. Pity, thank you for the bit. Father Farron, thank you for the 3-month resubscription. Carbon, thank you for the 30 bits. Topaz, thank you for the bit. Bitty, thank you for the bit. Canola Oil, thank you for the 5 gifted subs. Hayden Lee Love, thank you for the 8-month resubscription. Pity, thank you for the gifted, for the bit. And yeah, okay. That's all of them. That's that we went on an entire tangent. What a time to catch my first round of like straight, like no regrets, best 10 minutes of my life. Was that 10 minutes? I'm so sorry. See, I don't have a good concept of like when the bit should stop. You know what I mean? Like I don't. Like what like you know, when you call it after the first beat, or do you call after the second beat? Like you press places I got here. I also don't remember what I was doing beforehand. All right, we got the Dave Weigel, and then we got to this. I think I was making a point, and I don't remember what the point was. I was not talking about WrestleMania.
Like we think Ethan and Neela are good people. Kind of a tricky situation.
Asterix Israeli. Don't defend them.
How can you possibly think that they're both good people at their core?
Well, one's wrong. One did something wrong and despicable to the other one. It's not rocket science, dude.
People can have crash out moments. People can say things that they don't mean. People can say things because they want internet clout and attention. I don't know.
Unlike this video, which reminder.
That was my favorite bit. That bit went on for like 2 hours, to be fair. I made a math mistake and I was like, I have to prove myself, and then we played math games for like 2 hours. Okay, time for a TikTok. It depends on what the TikTok is.
Fucking 3,000 views after 3 weeks, sir. Talk about snark brained a loser. Why are you in Hassan's fucking office doing the Fortnite dance? Was that not for clout? Was that not straight like offering yourself up to like the altar of the most obvious bait of all these fucking people who are frothing at the mouth about me on Twitter to come in and support you? Please, bro.
I think they're both probably guilty of saying things that they don't mean for internet clout and attention.
Bro, you were so smug. She did CPS, remember that? Okay. Good.
Right now, one's a little bit more
She
fucking...
did CPS, okay. She did What does that even mean? Like, genuinely, what does that even mean? What does that mean? I don't know what he means by that. She did CPS. Like,
nasty to me than the other.
Oh, so it's personal. Okay. I just don't see how you can be my friend and also be friends with someone like that. Clearly stated. Clearly stated. And he says he's friends with Denim. That was my problem.
Yeah. So I already forgot about you.
I actually have a lot of friendships that are kind of that way, where it's like, you know, one of the friends doesn't fuck with the other friend.
Do you? Who, like, are you fucking 8? Like, who has friendships like that? I don't even believe him. I don't know why he's claiming that. I gotta.
Oh, come on, bro. He's literally describing. He's literally describing an example of him having a friendship like that.
Whole bunch of friends. They hate each other, but I gotta. What?
But there is someone.
Is he saying Andrew Tate is his friend? Oh,
Steiny. Who kind of fucks with both of them.
Yeah.
No, he's saying, come on. He can't be this stupid. I mean, maybe he would understand the point if he stopped pausing a little bit. But he's talking about you. He's saying you don't like Andrew Tate. Andrew Tate doesn't like you, but you have mutual friends. Where Steiny likes Andrew Tate and you like Steiny.
But separately, yeah, there's a lot of friendships that are like that. I'm not gonna make you guys like meet up and kiss or anything. I get it. You guys are in fucking, you're either my best friend who's deep throating me to the base of my cock.
That was epic.
What?
That was epic joke. Remember iDubbbz? He's edgy and he says, cool stuff, sexual.
Come on. Come on. Ethan has said something like that in this stream, by the way. Like, what is he talking about?
Stuff, edgy stuff. Oh, that's the old iDubbbz. He's so funny and edgy. We love that imagery.
He also burps sometimes.
He does burp in this video, which is like, oh, he did the thing, bro. Imagine me still doing Vape Nash. That's literally what he's doing. Like, holy shit, bro.
Vape Nash, y'all.
It's on your soundboard. Yeah, imagine if I still reference Vape Nation 2025. And then like Zach is like, oh wait, we have a sound for that. And he presses the soundboard for Vape Nation. Like he's literally like, it's not even the biggest deal. But he's criticizing Ian for like supposedly like doing his old bits. Be like, yeah, imagine if I did my old bits. And then like Zach demonstrates him doing his old bit that moment. Like immediately then.
Holy shit.
Or you are Satan. You're the devil.
Oh, he said devil silly. He's back. He's so back. The last thing I said to Anissa, we were texting before I ever talked about it.
And I want to point out the fact that like he has decided essentially to like he went home to work on this. I want to make that very clear. He left the studio and he went home and he watched this before, and this is what he came up with. I just want to point that out.
I don't care about this guy. He's a nobody and, you know, blah, blah, blah. And I said, well, then you'll have no problem publicly denouncing it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then from there, the conversation ended.
She never replied.
Ethan, you can't even phrase it in a way that doesn't make you sound like you're being coercive and shitty.
It sounded totally reasonable.
Food buses in here. You know, good for them.
Actually, I didn't think it sounded coercive shitty at all. We had a frank conversation where I was like, what? Like, this is totally unacceptable. Like, I don't understand how you guys can like associate with this person.
We're all creators and we all are online.
I thought
so
I
far.
was nobody. I thought Ethan didn't know who I am.
To ask you to say something publicly is not that
Let me
weird.
pull up my text with
It's
her.
not me asking like a childhood friend that's not on the internet. Like, hey, can you go say something publicly for me or we can't be friends? Like, it's a little different.
Let's see what this conversation with Anissa was like here. In fact, let me give you, here, I'm going to give this to one of you guys and you can see if there's anything interesting in here.
Well, I mean, she's like around when the podcast is happening sometimes. So like, I guess she's a creator. She like has a YouTube channel posted on.
That's worth calling. I haven't read it.
Okay.
Cool.
You should have.
It is a point where it's like there's sides. You're picking a side, and I'm not going to sit around and.
Well, then you should have.
It is a point where it's like there's sides. You're picking a side, and I'm not going to sit around and pretend like.
He's literally doing and describing exactly what Ian has decided. Like exactly what Ian's describing. He's saying you're making your quote unquote friends pick a side between, like, you know, it's either, you know, like either you're my best friend, or you have to defend me no matter what I do, or you are like, you know, the most evil person in the world. And he's like, yes, that's true. There are sides, actually. This is true. You either are my friend or you are the worst person in the world.
I'm cool with you being friends with Denim. She's a disgusting human being.
Mikey Moon, thank you for the 8 bits.
And so are you.
Wait, okay. Okay, just I want to point this out because again, Ian brought this up. He kind of skipped over it. Denims is a disgusting human being, and so therefore, Ethan cannot be friends with Ian because Ian is friends with Denims. But Steiny is friends with Andrew Tate. And Ethan has no problem being friends with Steiny for being friends with Andrew Tate. This is exactly what Ian's point was. So, Ethan's fine with Andrew Tate then. He's totally fine with Andrew Tate. With actual provable allegations / crimes.
Publicly denouncing it, right? Does that
yes, he is misogynistic.
that sound like a friend? It kind of sounds like something a powerful villain would say.
Thank you for the compliment.
Ian makes immature sex jokes. Also, Ethan. Nah, it's fine.
Yeah,
we know Ethan's crass. We know. We don't even have to like to litigate that.
I appreciate that. Well, I mean, you guys were already a shitty friend, so it's kind of like, it's kind of just saying what it was, you know.
But it was so funny how she immediately went to comment everywhere, like on our subreddit. She immediately had to comment like, "Oh, he doesn't work with us anymore." Yeah. But that was it. That's all.
Not defending us, by the way. Not disagreeing with anything he said.
But
then say that you don't.
Okay. Do you have anything else to say for your friends, though?
One of the reasons Anissa was so quick.
So thank you for pulling this, Ian. That's not Ian's editor. That's someone Ian hired before CC2 who did some editing, but isn't working for Ian anymore and hasn't for a long time. Now we read this and understood. It's like, okay, fine. But if you go to his website, it's all creator clash.
Ethan's showing live audience, live prolapse. No, it's fine. My point is that I know Ethan Klein makes crass jokes and stuff, and we all understand that. Not saying that your link was like bad.
And I think Dan sees something interesting there.
To clarify things,
we know he's a hypocrite on that.
Is because your Reddit was already talking about who this editor is, and they were spreading misinformation that it was our co-host.
Let's see this hard-hitting screenshot.
Were you just going like super deep in the comments?
No idea who this person is. I don't follow iDubbbz or have Twitter, but like, is it well known this person is their editor? How could they think nobody would notice? Yes, he's on a podcast. So this person is wrong, and this was not a popular opinion. I knew this was not true, and other people knew. There's someone on his podcast that is not the person they're talking about.
This is also kind of a funny thing for like Ethan to be like, well, this wasn't popular, so like, there's no reason for them to have responded to it, while he's like responding to like Twitter posts that have like 2 likes, by the way. Which he's done. His subreddit will clip a Twitter post that has like 2 likes and be like, this is what Hassan's community is now. And then we'll be like, you know, and he'll put that on his Instagram story. So he gets to do it, but like, if Anissa corrects the record on this, then like, oh, well, it has no likes, so why are you even worried anyway?
So that never really percolated to the point. And again, he's showing as evidence 2 likes, 0 likes.
0 likes. Clearly, people disagreed with the comment.
He has arrows pointing to these hard-hitting evidence here. 2 likes, 0 likes. Bro, that's not hard-hitting.
Also, the Reddit post says the name Froggy Tonic.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, we're talking about the right person. So what does it matter what people said?
A few people were confused.
See, like again, when it comes to something that's critical of them, then like, oh, this doesn't matter. This is how it always is. Is that, oh, well, like if it's critical of me, then it doesn't matter. But like if it's critical of you, then like. Sorry, if it's critical of you, it doesn't matter. But if it's critical of me, then it's the biggest thing in the world. You feel me? And I have a right to respond to it because they're you know, trashing my name or doing whatever.
Froggy!
But also, like, totally understandable. Okay, I'll continue.
That it was our co-host on our podcast, Uncle Dane. So yeah, the last thing we wanted is this guy getting pulled into this mess.
Which you're doing right now, by the way.
Seriously.
Shout out.
Like, come on, bro. I don't think he genuinely can think this is correct or a good take. Like, I don't think somebody could be like genuinely this stupid. Like defending your this is like, defending your podcast co-host. Something Ethan Klein doesn't understand because like, you know, he like immediately started to rag on Hassan the moment Hassan wronged him. But defending your podcast co-host from harassment by saying, hey, this person you guys are wanting to harass is not my podcast co-host, please leave him alone, right? Because like, oh, well, you're pulling him into this now by like addressing the fact that other people are pulling him into this. Sure.
But
Uncle Dane.
Talking about Dane.
I wonder what Dane's tweeted about me. Now let's look.
Oh God.
I'd love to know.
And you guys don't give a fuck. Would it have been nicer and more supportive to say, we don't agree with the things he's saying and we support Ethan and Hila? Sure. Like.
Oh, wow, thank you. Oh my God, do I do that or do I do a content cup? What is the decision? I don't know.
I'm so glad we got to the bottom of this, you guys. I thought we were going to do a long episode. I thought we were going to be
like literally. Ian's point is like, would have been nicer? Yes. Am I now required to do it and compulsed by law to do it? No. Like that's the point. Like, would it have been a nicer thing to do? Sure. Sure, it would have been a nicer thing to do, right? But is he not like required to do it in order to be friends with you? That's an insane thing to like require of your friends. You must publicly defend me, or else you're not my friend anymore. It's kind of a crazy thing to ask from your friend.
all night. It looks
Joe
like
Rogan's left thing for the 45 bits. But is the Joe Rogan to the left? Yeah, Joe Rogan to the left. People were looking for you. You know, I don't know if you knew, but like a lot of people were looking for you last year.
he finally understands.
We will see you all on Monday. Have a great weekend, everybody.
Thanks for watching, everybody.
Thanks for watching.
It's a rainy day out there in Los Angeles.
Mics are out.
All right, actually.
Okay, I share a tweet with your chat. I'm trying to get a fellow streamer unbanned on Twitch. They were suspended for the username lesbian hot sauce. Yeah, go for it.
Let me see what he says afterwards. Then we'll end it.
Yeah, that would have been a nicer thing to say. Our silence means something.
No shit.
That was my point.
It's almost like we were exactly right in the way we interpreted your silence.
That's why we were upset. Your silence means something. That's what we felt. That's what we acknowledged. That's what we saw. And you just.
I think you're spending too much time with denims because like this self-owning. I don't think I'd have used to do that before.
No,
you self-own yourself already. Like
you know what I was thinking when I watched this video? I was like, you know, as much as I hate Noah Samson and his video and his outrageously defamatory claims, that aside, his video was much better. Like I think of all the Ethan hate videos that have come out in the past 2 years, this is probably the worst one, ironically.
Yeah. Mika's rhetoric.
It's reminiscent of Mika's rhetoric.
It's in the same ballpark.
Yeah.
Category, I think.
Yeah, you're right.
Taiwan,
but at least Mika is like, I'm just a silly girl. I don't know anything. Like she's not presuming an air of authority or like noteworthiness.
She's not an OG YouTuber that has a history with us.
Right.
I've also vouched for Jewish people.
Oh, she said that.
That was Mika.
That was Mika.
She won me over in that moment. She's not that bad. She vouched for Jewish people.
Taiwan, it's me again.
I don't even think Ian or Anissa could say that.
It is also kind of funny, right? Because like Mika was not mean to Ethan. You feel me? Wait, why doesn't Mika get the who is this person thing? Who is this person tag? Why is it only me? Why do I only get who is this guy? I don't know this person. Because she's a woman? Boo. Boo.
I mean, I don't even think they can say that.
No.
You know, funny. I don't agree with us because we're Israeli.
So can I give you back your phone?
Did you see anything interesting or no?
I mean, you could. I'm sure people would be interested. Everybody's always, ooh, you're leaking DMs or whatever.
Is there anything that's like worth sharing?
I think it's funny that you describe that guy as the guy that looks like Milhouse to her while having in the middle of a serious conversation.
I don't know his name. I genuinely don't know his name. What did I say? Give the context.
Where did it go?
I didn't know what his name was. That's how we refer to him.
I guess I could say the guy would do that to you. No clue.
He was giggling with glee at Israeli civilians running.
You were saying it's a very malicious, hateful, alienating, terrible, everything, etc. But Frogan, Denims, and that dude that looks like Milhouse that lived in Lebanon, they're despicable and they're participants. That was the.
Yeah, I'm speaking pretty plainly to my friend.
Yeah, you said you probably saw Milhouse actually show DMs and you were in them. If you want, I can show you. But the man is evil, and anyone that associates with him, I can't really be friends with.
Yeah. So when I saw her in his DMs, I was like, this is
you offered to explain why.
This is getting to be too much, and so I actually reached out to them directly to express myself. Like, hey guys, this makes me really uncomfortable. And then Ian's like, dude, don't you get it? How can you assume all this stuff? But our silence means something. Are you?
I wonder why they didn't say what Anissa's response was. See, this is the problem with about like leaking DMs, especially when you only read your side of the DMs. You don't say like this is where the conversation ended or started or whatever, which he might do, which is what I'm curious about. Like, you at least have to say if there was a response and what the response was.
His brain cells are at war.
Yeah.
He's losing them as we watch. They're fighting. We need our brain cells aligned. They're at war. Anything else?
I can't. I don't want to be the judge of that. I thought that line is funny. I'm not going to decide what DMs.
I think it's enough context. It's fine. Yeah.
Again, like, and Dan's like, well, I'm not gonna. I just shared a line I thought was funny and not like didn't share the rest of the DMs. But who knows? Who knows? I have a question: why Yelena is allowed to talk about her experience in Israel, but Anthony is not allowed to talk about his when he lives in Lebanon. They don't care. That's the reason.
Oh my God.
Okay, give me that. It's not like we have.
If it's not, let's not, because we have so much to get through.
Yeah, okay. When he says, I gave this horrible ultimatum to them.
We have
So I'll read this last part. When he says, I gave this horrible ultimatum to them.
Okay.
Let's see, leading up to that. I linked her a Froggy Tonic post. So this is just an example. He said, I'm quite convinced Hila has a lot of editorial control over Ethan's opinion on Israel, and thus repeats things on the podcast. He said to himself, being nothing before her. He said she translates his Israeli news. We have seen her redirecting her opinions at his opinions of it live on air. Now, what I thought was interesting is that this is verbatim the same things that people accuse her of doing to Ian.
Yeah.
So I thought she would at least be understanding and sympathetic to that. To that he's actually literally being like, actually, Hila's a Lady Macbeth, and she's manipulating
Who's the guy on the
Ethan.
bottom
Does that,
right? I had no clue. Right? Probably a nobody.
sound familiar, Anissa? I said, I'm sure you can understand being friendly with someone that's going to be a problem for us. Again, my door's always open to you guys as longtime dear friends, I said. She said, no, we aren't friends. I don't talk with him regularly. I don't pay attention to his tweets. I just saw him posting a screenshot I wanted to use for promo and let him know I was yoinking it. I didn't realize he was still on a tirade until I saw a Reddit post on Ian's channel. Now, that's actually a lie, as Ian explains that it's on his feed and he sees it. Truthfully, we aren't very tapped into what's happening past worrying about Creator Clash. That's a lie. You're literally in the DMs of all these people.
Yeah.
We know vaguely when, and clearly you are following it based on this video alone. Liars. We know vaguely when people are fighting online because we have to for promotion's sake. But beyond that, we don't have much time
I
to
was
keep
too afraid to ask. Dang it.
up with details, especially people's Twitters who aren't actual influencers themselves. Ooh, this to her friend. So reading.
Wait, Froggy Tonic's not an influencer though.
That she was pretty flippant, like it's not a big deal, like, and so my response was,
but it's not a big deal. Like you're asking her to like answer for a Froggy Tonic Twitter post when Froggy Tonic's not a creator, right? They don't work together anymore, and it would be meaningless for them to actually respond.
Was, well, in that case, you should have no problem publicly denouncing the horrible shit that he said about Hila and myself. Then hopefully.
But that would be crazy. Like the expectation of like, oh, well, if you don't think it's important enough to respond, you should respond to it. That's so stupid. Oh, if you don't think it's important enough to respond, you must respond to it. No, because it's not important enough to respond. Who cares?
Right? Praying hands. I was like, okay, well, then it shouldn't be a big deal. That's it.
And then he doesn't read her response. By the way, I don't want to call it out.
Self, then hopefully, right? Praying hands.
And then he closes his phone and he moves on. Doesn't read her response. Doesn't read if she responded or didn't respond. Right? Because the point was that they offered to like talk like on the phone. Right? Like normal people. And Ethan denied that. I wonder why he leaves that part out. I wonder why he leaves out the part where they offered to like have a conversation with him like a normal adult person. And he, like a petulant child, refuses to do so.
I was like, okay, well, then it shouldn't be a big deal. That's it. That's it.
Oh
anyway.
It means that we would like to pause this relationship until you figure your shit out. And then maybe we can find a moment in time, I don't know how long it'll be, but a moment in time in the future where
don't hold your breath.
Things are a little bit easier to broach.
Do you think that do you think that your friendship is that much of a prize? That I'm like, I need to go to therapy and I need to think the right way. I need to fit in and I need to think the right way so that I can finally be friends with Ian and Anissa, who, by the way, judge me for being Israeli just for being born there, who secretly judge me and hate me.
And now he's back to like, oh, you don't like me because we're Israeli, and not the fact that like they're the things you said about Palestinians. He's now switched back to, this is the problem, because he's acknowledged the fact that it was, they didn't want to talk to him because of what, Hila said about, Palestinian, 2-year-old children and about Yoav Gallant. He acknowledged that. He's saying it's because of that. And then he just switched back around and be like, nope, actually, I take it back. It's because we're Israeli. So when he born there, he was born there. No, sorry, he meant when she was born there and why he just went there. Just literally asking what they're asking Ian to do, right? Value their friendship so much that he make a suicidal statement supporting him in public. Yeah.
With all these people that fucking do unforgivable.
Play a little bit slower. Chat, we are 3 hours. We are 3 hours from the end of this. There's absolutely zero way I can play it slower. Right? We're already going on longer than I want to go on, to be honest. Because I want to get to the parts where that are actually interesting. Or he talks about me. So probably at the end. So we're probably gonna. Okay, I was about to say, if there's anything interesting that y'all want to see for me to talk about, tell me the timestamp. Right, we can get there. But otherwise, we can skip to the end where he gets really bad. Watch 141. Really? I mean, we're almost there. We're literally 1 second away from 141.
Despicable acts. God, I wish I could be their friend again. It's just crushing me.
I don't think we need to do it right now, but you've insisted that this is an important thing to address.
Yeah, it was important to me, which it wasn't to you, and that's what happened.
I would have been perfectly fine with you not blasting me on your Instagram story.
I would have been perfectly fine with you not being a shitty friend. He's talking silly again. He's back.
Sorry. I would have been perfectly fine with you not blasting me and my wife on your
Was that a problem? You fucking spineless hack coward loser? Well, I don't think you're gonna let.
Wait, okay. So he's admitting that he was blasting Ian and Anissa on his podcast and saying, "Oh, is that a problem, you spineless loser?" So like, you understand why they don't want to talk to you. He's again proving Ian's point. He's saying, "Yeah, I'm harassing you. So what? Yeah, I'm harassing you. So what?"
Like this podcast very much then. Hit the laugh track. I don't think you're gonna like this podcast very much then, sir. You spineless, degenerate loser. You are not even a shadow of your former self.
Degenerate?
You're like,
okay.
You're dead. That's the thing. You're not even a shit. There's no shadow because you don't exist anymore. Like, oh, zombie came out of the earth and like okay, it's an extended metaphor.
That'll be undead.
Yeah, it's an extended metaphor. It's gone too much.
That'll be undead.
Thank you. Not undead. So I'm taking it back.
Well, it's the second time I've had to correct you.
I apologize. I apologize. I'll speak more clearly. Thank you for correcting me.
Where's AB, by the way? I'm just curious. I'm wondering.
Undead is a zombie? Or zombie and undead? Is that the same thing?
We want to stay out of the
they're
drama.
not the same thing, but yes, a zombie is undead, yes.
Okay, I said zombie. Splitting hairs?
Zombie.
You said he was dead.
Okay, let's move on. I'm being silly. Let's move on. We're being silly, guys. You don't need to clip this, guys. You don't need to clip this as proof that I'm a tyrant boss. Oh, I'm sorry. Did I not say that silly enough? Ooh, I'm sorry. Am I not silly enough for you? Right.
Please stop it.
I'm sorry, but the guy knows comedy.
Podcast twice. I would be fine with you not brigading my comment section on my podcast.
I didn't brigade your fucking comment section, you dumb loser bitch. Like if our fans end up over there. By the way, your fans are our fans.
I love this so much about somebody who screams so much about harassment when like these are very clearly Ethan Klein people on an unrelated podcast episode. He's like, I'm not brigading. Right? But he loves to cry. So he did the same thing. And this is when he talked about me for the first time. With when was it? It was about Frogan. And he got mad at me for claiming that he was sending harassment towards Frogan's way. Here. It was one of the episodes where he talked about this, even though he talked about it like a bajillion times. Was it this one?
Are you planning on that?
I don't think so. Yeah, no, it wasn't this one. It was earlier than this. This one?
That's
no. It was way earlier than this as well. This one?
Part of the New World Order.
No, this is the Miko's Rhetoric one. This one? No, this was 2 months ago. Jeez Louise. See, this is an issue. The fact that I can't even tell what episodes he's doing targeted harassment for. This one? No. He's been doing this forever. It was one of these freaking episodes. I don't think it was this one.
Yeah.
Oh, damn, that's
Yeah, I know. That's it.
some weird ass shit, dude.
Who did?
Anybody know where it is, chat? Was it this one?
Been trying to.
Oh, it is. It is this one here. This was October 21st.
And then of course, by the way, once she starts getting shit on by all these fucking freaks on the right, who inevitably were called, who flocked to her like a siren's call when she went after vets. You know, it's my fault. Look at this guy, fucking Sean the Black is a socialist Hassan orbiter who literally fucking wished Destiny to die. He literally said, now listen, you don't have to be a fan of Destiny, but he literally said he should die on stream, and nothing happened to him. These people are constantly calling for violence. And now he goes, Ethan loves targeting harassment campaign. Oh, shut up, dude. Have some accountability. I'm defending myself. Maybe she should stop fucking talking about me if you guys are so boogeymaned out by me. Congratulations. This is your audience now. I wonder how your Muslim employees feel. This is my audience now? I really highly fucking dispute that. I do not.
So this is how he always reacts when he gets called out for doing targeted harassment campaigns. Because he does. He does targeted harassment campaigns all the time. Then when he gets called out for it, he's like, I'm defending myself. I'm not doing targeted harassment campaigns. I'm not doing brigading. It's what are you talking about? What? Me brigading? Me? No. Right? But like, oh no, everybody's doing like criticism on me. Everybody's harassing me. I'm being attacked. I'm being attacked. It's it. Zero accountability, by the way. So again, projection. But also this is a time where he talked about me. So, but he doesn't know who I am.
I didn't brigade your fucking comment section, you dumb loser bitch. Like if our fans end up over there, by the way, your fans are our fans.
It's like, if our fans end up over there, how is that our fault? You know, if we just talk about you and we harass you, by his own words, by the way, when he says that like, yes, I'm blasting you on our Insta. Literally, he said that 5 seconds ago. Ian said, I would be totally fine with you not blasting me on our Instagram story. He's like, yeah, I did that. So what? And then he's like, I'll be totally fine with you not brigading our comment section. What? Us brigading your comment section? What? Why would you ever think? Why would you ever think that we would do such a thing? You know, 5 seconds ago, yeah, I blasted you on our podcast. Who cares? So what? Sucks to suck. Literally what he said, by the way.
I would have been perfectly fine with you not blasting me and my wife on your podcast.
Was that a problem? You fucking spineless hack Howard loser? Well, I don't think you're gonna like this podcast very much then. Hit the laugh track.
Ian, I will be perfectly fine if you not blasting me on your podcast. Oh, is that a problem? Get over it. Hit the laugh track. 10 seconds later, or sorry, 30 seconds later, because he does his bit forever.
Right.
Please stop it.
I'm sorry, but the guy knows comedy.
Podcast twice. I would be fine with you not brigading my comment section on my podcast.
I didn't brigade your fucking comment section.
I didn't brigade your comment section. Why would you ever think that I brigaded your comment section? Like he did not just 30 seconds ago say, that's right, I blasted you on my podcast. What are you going to do about it? I didn't brigade your comment section. Why would you ever think that I would do something like that? You're being like, if my fans go over there, that has nothing to do with me. We have overlapping fans. That has nothing to do with me. They probably just don't like you very much.
You dumb loser bitch. Like if our fans end up over there.
Brigading? Bro, I do not like that lady.
Wait, your fans are our fans. A lot of our fans liked your appearances on our show, and Nisa famously said, I love going on your subreddit because there's the only place on the internet they're nice to me. These are the people that you courted to come watch your fucking podcast. And guess what? Now you pissed them off. Deal with it, dumb.
Zero accountability. Yeah, microaggressions.
Bitch, how's it my turn? How's it my fault? You should be thanking me for even putting your dumbass on my fucking podcast when the whole world hated you and I didn't mind sticking my neck out for you. Oh, is that transactional? No, I expect some fucking,
Okay, this is funny
the
too.
whole world hated you and I didn't mind sticking my neck out for you. Oh, is that transactional? No, I expect some fucking, can you not have any expectations for your friends? Like, is that crazy? Okay.
It's 3,000 views.
He's like, Well, are you saying that I'm a transactional friend? Well, no, I expect some. Can you not have any expectations of your like? He's just saying like, yes, this was transactional for me, but I don't want to say that it's transactional. Ethan denouncing but also promoting harassment. Ethan has been adamant on stopping harassment towards online creators. If you send hate or harassment to Hassan or anyone else, Ethan has been speaking out against, then you are making yourself part of the problem, in no way helping Ethan's cause. Peace and love, peace and love. She's going to be a great teacher, encouraging bullying of a creator by a fan base, particularly on Instagram. Yeah. She's going to be a great teacher. This dude is a rat, showing his ass. What a rat. Also, I thought he quit drama. Telling his fans to look up a person who left a comment on his Instagram, exposing his and his friends and family's faces, saying that he hopes his coworkers find out. The result of Ethan telling his fans to do this is underage children got rape threats. Ethan sending hate to Caroline Kwan because she had the audacity to say that it was sad that he was still thinking of Hassan while being faced with the immediate threat of a wildfire. Giving orders to his fans to harass Theo Vaughn for having Hassan on. Yeah. Make sure Theo knows about hosting terrorist-adjacent creators. Doxing Redditor note that her face was uncensored by evil snarkers. Was censored by evil snarkers. Ethan showed her face on his Instagram post. He is well aware that showing her face will make fans seek out who she is and send her hate after she received messages with her home address, IP address, and death threats. Ethan telling his fans to harass Rhett and Link and Matt Lieb. About Matt Lieb. Telling his fans to harass Rhett and Link about Matt Lieb again. Ordering his fans to harass Steve Boom. I don't even know who that is. The way this was, of course, not censored by Ethan, but by snarkers. Oh, the CEO of Reddit. Ordering his fans to harass Andy. Again, this was censored by Ethan and not snarkers. Deliberately emphasizing the name of his author, knowing his audience will go after them. Does it again. Yeah. Ethan's target part 1, part 2. The result. Sending shots towards Emma? Leave Emma alone. Sending harassment to Hassan over a random Instagram post. Sending his fans to review bomb Hassan. Random stuff related to Hassan. Yeah. Like, but he doesn't do targeted harassment though. Don't you dare say he does targeted harassment. Don't you dare. Okay. Jeez Louise. Okay.
A week because I prefer to not to do harassment campaigns and instead talk about Vampire's Kiss.
Ah, that's why no one watches.
I'm surprised you didn't button that joke that bombed, honestly. He was so proud of himself, but nobody laughed.
That's why no one watches. Very good. Very good.
Honestly, yeah, like the entire point was that Ian wants to do stuff that's not directly related to like Ethan or Content Cop or internet drama, and he gets little views. Ethan himself said Ian himself said in the original Content Cop, right? He said, that's why he gets no views. Like, that's kind of the point. The point is that he's doing something that's not drama related, that doesn't pull in views, that he wants to do. And even then, your audience is still sending him harassment. And then a button happens. I don't know if there's more context to the button, like in Spotify this time, but he buttoned something. Wait, no, I think he explains why he buttons, right?
About this aggressive.
I said the see you next Tuesday word.
Oh, yeah, don't say that.
I had to bail. I said,
you snuck that one in. I didn't even hear it.
I just want to be clear about what was cut, because last time everyone,
people go,
what was cut? What was cut?
It was under the radar C word.
Yeah, it was.
I don't want to play it safe here. I don't want to get this whole video yoinked because I said the C word once. But I mean, he is a C word. You know? Exactly.
that you're putting out.
So let me go back, because I
so go
buttoned
for
out this
problem.
part. She actually.
She thinks they have a point.
That's the problem.
Yeah, so go fuck yourself.
I agree.
Go fuck yourself. What about your girl? This is
What about your girl?
I'm talking about. This aggression that you're putting out into the world. What the?
I'm like, wait. Yeah,
What are you doing?
You're the pacifist, right?
What about your girl?
You're the supposed pacifist. I'm glad I could bring this out of you, buddy. I mean, it's really something no one else could do, apparently.
Fuck do you think we're
Couldn't
gonna
have
do?
got bingo. I forgot how long it took.
You think I'm gonna
Didn't got bingo during the button section? I think.
fucking sit on my hands when you do this shit?
Probably would have been wiser than this.
The answer to the clip is out there. He says it. Okay.
You know.
Okay. Can I? Okay, is there anything else, chat? I'm getting tired. Can I just skip to the end? Can I just skip to the end? The girl was mocking Eli, calling him out. I know. That's what I was referencing. Yeah, they're only 25 minutes in. They have 45 minutes left. Where in the end should I skip to, chat? Oh right, we gotta get to the part where he skips through the crew section. When was that? When was that? He compared the Hummus joke to the Holocaust denialism. It's not surprising. That's why he compared Sam to the Candace Owens. But he did say, well, they're not exactly like Candace Owens, so he did walk it back. But like he did make that comparison. Where's it at? I think it's after this, right?
I mean, so Stavros isn't my friend. I saw that clip. That's my problem.
I think they could really benefit. Look,
Yeah, he buttons to the button section.
I mean, granted, like, yeah.
No, you
feel like that would have been a. I know. That's
After all that, agrees. Goblin mode.
Yeah. Goblin mode. When
Talk about the crew. Hey, Dan.
Oh, here.
Fucking goblin mode over way less. It's completely fucked up. And again, they act like they're doing it to be the good guys. Talk about the crew.
Everything he's showing is old.
Fucking goblin mode over way less.
But you not thinking about what you're saying, not, reflecting on your behavior, not changing your behavior, that's not goblin mode. That's being a
Where?
shot.
You're only showing us old videos.
I mean, that's true. A lot of it is all old
Everything
stuff.
he's showing is old videos. What is he talking about?
The thing is, like, the projection right now is pretty insane because
Now, I don't
what
understand.
I'm learning, a lot of people are learning is like, oh,
I don't understand this. Like, what she means by like you're only showing old videos. Like, what is he supposed to show something that hasn't happened yet? Like, I just like yes, the videos are going to be things that happened previously to illustrate a wider point, or how Ethan doesn't think about what he says.
Didn't change. He just changed his target. You know.
Ian.
Yeah.
Let's
yeah.
talk about the crew. I think the crew
Let's
has
not
been.
talk about the crew.
Let's not. Like, you already brought them up so many times.
I get extremely uncomfortable, and I think it's extremely below the belt.
The crew.
To target the crew, to talk about the crew, to put them in a position
Yeah.
that like everybody sees like AB and Lena are in. It's just completely unfair. It's completely fucked up. And
It's
again,
so funny that he says this as somebody who puts the crew in a situation that they're in the first place.
they act like they're doing it to be the good guys, but it's just cruel and it's pointless. It's just completely pointless. So I vowed that I'm not even going to comment on the crew part. Obviously, if anybody wants to, they're welcome to, but I just want to keep the crew out of it, actually. I guess I'll just
yeah,
make
wait,
it.
So now we're going to skip forward to like 45.
There you go.
Yeah, where does it?
So I'm sorry, skip forward? Skip forward? In this VOD titled Reacting to the Entire iDubbbz Content Cop? Watching every second, he said. Watching every second, he said. Also, where's AB, by the way? I've been wondering that. Where is AB? Anyway. Also, yeah, this is what I have a tweet about. And I said, reacting to the entire content cop skips one of the most damning sections. Okay, dude. Yeah. Yeah. What time save is this? All right, stop. There's a comment in the live that said he was sick. Mm-hmm. This is 3:35. Okay. Where's that in a second?
Let me see.
But yeah, so he does end up skipping this section.
So just to say that,
and just zero response from anybody. Dan just goes away. Like goes along with it.
So they can't say I'm avoiding criticism. The most biting thing in there is the button where the button didn't work and I'm speaking harshly to AB. So, you know, like that was one instance where I was speaking harshly to AB and we were having a real world workplace experience. I don't even think it's really that big of a deal. I mean, do I wish people didn't see
if
it?
it's not that big of a deal and that's the most biting thing, why does he even want to watch it? If that's the most biting thing and it's not that big of a deal, then why doesn't he want to watch? That seems interesting. Why he wants to contextualize it to his audience, but he doesn't want to show them what the actual criticism is? I don't know. That's pretty peculiar. That's pretty interesting.
Yeah, obviously. I hit the button so that we could have a private conversation where me or him or anybody involved would not be subject to public scrutiny or a like private conversation and where we can...
Right, so yeah, it was for him, right? You hit the button so you could chastise your employee for his benefit. Yeah. Yeah, that, sure. If that's what you want to say. If that's what you want to say, okay.
Express ourselves honestly and openly. That's for
Where
everybody.
is AB, by the way? I don't know if I asked that question yet. That's we'll never know.
Benefit. So yeah, that happens. It is a workplace, and I don't know that Ian ever has had a real job. But you know, it's a high tense workplace. There's lots of happening. It's a live show.
That's a pretty funny thing. Well, because like, I mean, I don't know if Ethan has had a job either, but like, yeah, my boss doesn't yell at me at my job. That is workplace misconduct. So, yeah, you can't create a hostile work environment. As a human, I would go nuts if my manager spoke like this to a colleague. It's right there to protect the boss, not the employee. In like just in general concepts, yes, but like if you still can't do that as the boss, chat. Like sometimes I feel like sometimes y'all hear something and y'all just run with it, but like you still can't do that. Yes, HR works to serve, protect not the boss but the company, and they will not protect the company if they are allowing the bosses to harass their employees. That's a liability. So while HR is not like serving the behest of the employees, they will sometimes align with the employee over like the management if it puts the company in danger. You know what I mean? The fans are also harassing AB now. To be fair, the fans always harass AB. Like this isn't like a new thing. Dan got this too, by the way. Like this isn't unique to AB. Dan also got this. This is why AB left the show, which we don't know if AB left the show. To be clear, we're not gonna know until like Monday or Tuesday. Why is AB defending him? I'm so tired of the devil's advocate. Why AB? Girl, what? Maybe AB should sit this one out. He is not a friend of ours, AB. He's not a friend of ours, AB. That's so funny. The parasocialness isn't crazy. Wow, AB. I guess AB's on his side since he's running D for Ian so hard. Whose side are you on, AB? Snake. AB isn't allows incorrectly to talk during this. Does AB not realize they actually looked at him and Lena over harder than they did H3? Like, the parasocial nature of this relationship is crazy, right? And the fans get this from Ethan, by the way. The fans aren't just projecting this out of nowhere. They get this from Ethan. They are treating AB the same way Ethan treats AB. By the way, I don't know if you know this, but the psychologist Ian Features posted a response in his take on the situation and is being brigaded by H3 fans hard. I mean, that's not surprising. It's probably like, and it's right here, but it's probably like a situation where it's like, I can't believe that Ian would put you through this. It was so unfair of you to be put in this situation by Ian. Something like that.
You know, it happens. What can I say? Welcome to Earth.
Bingo.
You know? Would I like to be a perfect, like, measured...
That's exactly what so many comments say, yes. They're just predictable.
In every situation, yes.
Right.
Do I strive to be
fired too?
every day?
Right.
They want him to get fired? That's so funny. I mean, to be fair, Ethan did say he could lose his job because of this, which is kind of funny. Because, like, I don't think you can have your license revoked by changing your YouTube apology to something else. Like, let's just talk about AB, in which case, that makes sense.
Every day, Dan.
Preach.
What'd you say?
Every single day I strive to be that man.
Which man?
A perfect
I'm sorry, I
man.
wasn't.
A perfect man for you, Dan.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, but so, like, I do apologize to AB. I should have spoken more calmly to him. However, I also don't think it's a big fucking deal. So that's it. I'm just addressing the one.
I love that apology. I love that apology. AB, I'm sorry, but like, man up. It's not a big deal. And is there a single time where like he's actually apologized without either walking it back, recontextualizing it, or diminishing it? Yeah, I rate that apology A+. That is an A+ apology from Ethan chat.
I think is interesting in that.
Yeah.
Without talking about the crew.
Put in the worst working environment that you possibly can be for a fucking podcast. Every crew member has it bad.
I'm chilling, dude. You don't need to do this.
And this is so funny. This is why he's just a dick writer. I'm a registered trained psychologist. People in my field get their license revoked all the time for changing their apology grade. Yeah. He's like, no, I'm doing good. Which honestly, he might be right. Legitimately, Dan may be doing good. I'm sure Dan got a raise. I'm sure Dan got a raise. I'm sure he's chilling.
Why?
You don't gotta do that.
Speak for yourself.
Where's AB, by the way?
Do all that, dude.
Why does he? So
where's AB, by the way? Just curious. Olivia, do you want to speak up? You want to say anything? We have Dan's take. We heard, I think, Nate speak. Haven't heard Olivia say anything. Haven't heard AB say anything. Haven't heard Lena say anything. I would like to hear what they have to say. I don't think Dan should be speaking for the on behalf of the entire crew. Not that I expect them to say anything contentious, but like, I do think that they have a right to have their own issues that are not just hand waved away, right? As like not being a thing.
This part is kind of good. Without getting into this.
No. You're right though. Let's just get to the meat. Get to the stuff about you.
It's just like
oh, really? What happened to reacting to the entire IDubbbz content comp? That's weird. That's interesting. Yeah, skip the content. And I have to point this out. They already watched the entire thing. It's in their script to skip this section. They came up with at least something for every other section. They came up with at least some talking point, some r/Destiny clip to respond to every other section. But for this one, there's nothing they could come up with. They couldn't come up with even a modicum of a defense. So much so that they thought it better to skip the entire section instead of actually responding to it. That's interesting. And I think kind of telling.
Why are you?
It's so stupid. You got a problem with that? Focus on us.
Listen, they're not slaves, okay? They fucking choose to be here, right? So
where's AB at, by the way, chat? I don't know if we went over that yet. Just come curious.
Why are you putting words in their mouth thoughts. Like you're speaking for them as if
this is the snark thing.
Yeah,
it's
that is
so snark-brained.
snarkonomics.
Where's AB at, by the way? I agree. I don't think that Ian should be speaking for the crew. I also don't think that Ethan should be speaking for the crew. Where's AB at, by the way? I don't know if we went over that yet. Didn't say he was comforting his wife who was crying in the bathroom during this. No. That was like 2 streams ago, chat. This is a new day. It's a new day. It's a new day for me. New day, chat. That's a previous episode.
Economics.
Yeah, it's narconomics.
It's just so pathetically stupid.
For a fucking podcast. Every crew member has it bad. Like, to be around Ethan, period, it would be a nightmare right now.
I'm standing by every fucking syllable of that, okay? What she did was abhorrent. And by the way, once again, what am I talking about, buddy? He doesn't even say. I think it was when Denims denied the rapes, I think. It was something obviously warranting my extreme reaction.
Just dumb. Listen, your critique of her is correct. It's just, people are sensitive about women being called that word.
It is that. So it's like, oh, Ethan called her a B word, which like, okay, fair enough, right? Why did he call her a B word? What did she say that upset him?
This I also don't understand, because if your wife and the women on your podcast tell you that word is unacceptable to use towards women, does it matter? Would you call a black person the N-word if you felt like that black person has wronged you? Ethan? So you get to decide when it's acceptable to call a woman that word when the women around you say that it's unacceptable? Would you call a gay person that wronged you the F slur? Because, you think that they deserve it? I don't know. It's pretty interesting. That's why he'd rather pretend you don't exist. Exactly. Because I think that's his take. Genuinely. I think that he thinks that he should get to decide what words are applicable to when, to who, and when he gets to use them. And he knows that it's unacceptable to call black people that word. He can get away with calling women the B word, right? He can get away with that. Right, but he can't get away with calling a black person the N-word. And so he thinks it's best to just pretend I don't exist. Who's that guy? Who is that guy? I don't know who that person is. Right, and I also want to point out when he says that, like, I don't know why he's here. I don't know who this person is. I don't know what justified him being here. What he's saying is I have not harassed this person enough to warrant them being in this video. The rest of them, I've harassed this person, right? Ian, I've harassed him enough. Hassan, I've definitely harassed him enough. Frogan and Denims, yep, they've been harassed enough for me, right? But this black guy, I barely harassed him. I only slightly harassed him, just a little bit. Only harassed him a little bit. Why is he here? It's so unfair. Mike is so much more deserving. I harassed him so much more than I harassed this black guy.
I'm just Tom Ward's in there. That's funny.
Tommy boy made the cut. He's suffering, by the way. I think he's talking about Tom. Tom is suffering.
Love sent you where to go to. In Discord, Love sent you where to go to.
4420. Oh shit. Okay.
4420.
44. Jesus Christ.
Yo.
He spends a lot.
Oh wait, hold on. Wait. No. We know that this is the case, but them just saying it on this podcast is insane. Listen, I'm gonna slow this down. Listen to what they're saying here.
Love sent you where to go to. In Discord, Love sent you where to go to.
4420. Oh.
She said, I sent you where to go to last night from, like, basically what they were talking about last night, where they decided to go to. So last night when they were watching this, they decided to skip this entire segment because they didn't want to have to talk about it. And then they skipped the segment because they couldn't think of anything better to say to defend themselves here. And then they get mad, oh, Hassan's not watching the content because he's scared. But also, we're watching the entire IDF content cop, but except for the parts that make me look bad. I don't have a response to. In which case, we're just gonna skip over them. Not for me, but for the crew's benefit. Also, where's AB, by the way?
Or Jesus Christ. He spends a lot of time talking about the crew. But yeah, basically they're all miserable. They're here against their will, and I'm a tyrant of a boss, etc., etc. Yeah.
So yeah, he skips that entire section. Oh, what's the next section you want to look at, chat? And then we just skip to the end. I think the last like 10 minutes are like pretty bad. 335? Sure, go to 335 first.
Israel says it's a place where he's leading up to him having a counterfactual, right? Jews can go.
Israel's just a place Jews can go? With that slogan, we might
That's it.
actually have peace. You know, if that's all you're defining Israel as, is a place Jews can go, like, sure, it sounds like America to me. Like, all right.
I don't think that.
What is he saying here?
He's saying that American imperialism and colonizing the entire manifest destiny body mass of U.S. is cool. It's fine because enough time has passed.
What? What? Okay, run that by me one more time.
He's saying that American imperialism and colonizing the entire manifest destiny body mass of U.S. is cool. It's fine because enough time has passed.
What?
I did everything right and they indicted me.
That's not even the point. The point that he's making is that if you just define Israel as a place where Jews can go, then like Israel doesn't need to exist. Because America is also a place where Jews can go. Like, that doesn't make Israel unique. And he's like, well, he's saying that like American imperialism and the manifest destiny and the body mass, the body weight, fitness gram pacer test that you run around in a circle and clap 3 times is the allowed because it's a long time ago. Like I you know, maybe I missed something, you know? Maybe I missed something.
Body mass of that American imperialism.
Why do you say body mass? I don't why do you say body mass? I don't get it. I don't get it.
Colonizing the entire manifest destiny.
Okay, let's break it down.
He's saying that American imperialism and
American imperialism. No, not American imperialism. America imperialism. America imperialism. Imperialism. American imperialism is colonizing the entire body mass.
Colonizing the entire manifest destiny.
Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. Excuse me. I'm getting it wrong. I have to quote him perfectly. America imperialism is colonizing the entire manifest destiny.
What is he saying here?
He's saying that American imperialism and
America imperialism is colonizing the entire manifest destiny.
Colonizing the entire manifest destiny body mass of.
And then he just says body mass. And then he just says body mass. American imperialism is colonizing the entire manifest destiny body mass.
U.S. is
body mass of U.S.
Cool. It's fine.
It's cool. Okay. See, we have American imperialism is colonizing the manifest destiny body mass of is cool.
Because enough time has passed.
Because enough time has passed. Does that make sense? One more time. American imperialism is colonizing the manifest destiny body mass of America is cool because enough time has passed. What that means, I have no idea. What that means, I have no clue. I have no clue. Zero clue what this means. But this is XQC's statement? No, I can understand XQC. I have learned Juicer. We watched XQC last stream, and I understood what he was saying. Pretty much every word. This is new. This is like this is new. I have no idea what he's saying. Like
body. He's saying that American imperialism and
America imperialism
colonizing the entire manifest destiny
is colonizing the entire manifest destiny. Like, this is not even a ChatGPT answer. Maybe ChatGPT gave him a talking point and he's completely butchering it. But like, what does he mean by colonizing the entire manifest destiny? That doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense. What do you mean by colonizing the entire manifest destiny? It is purely word salad. Like, it's pure word salad. But have you considered body mass? Confirmed.
He's saying that American imperialism and colonizing the
America imperialism
entire manifest destiny.
What is he saying?
He's saying that American imperialism and colonizing the entire manifest destiny, body mass of U.S. is cool. It's fine because enough time has passed, and he doesn't actually have to interface with any hard decisions. Like, am I living on where a tribe used to live, and should I just give them all my properties and money?
Okay, it did not get any better. It did not get any better. I thought, okay, maybe if I let it play, it would make more sense. It did not get any better.
Fast. And he doesn't actually have to interface with any hard decisions. Like, am I living on where a tribe used to live, and should I just give them all my properties and money?
I'm okay. There's so much here to unpack that I don't know if I have the energy to do it in this stream. Like, okay. I have to go back to what Ian was saying. Maybe I'm misunderstanding.
Actually have peace. You know, if that's all you're defining Israel as. Oh, Israel's just a place Jews can go? With that slogan, we might actually.
That's it.
Actually have peace. You know, if that's all you're defining Israel as, is a place Jews can go. Like, sure, it sounds like America to me. Like, all right.
I don't think that.
What is he saying?
He's saying that American imperialism and colonizing the entire manifest destiny, body mass of U.S. is cool. It's fine because enough time has passed. And he doesn't actually have to interface with any hard decisions. Like, am I living on where a tribe used to live, and should I just give them all my properties and money? So,
Please, Ayla, please. Please. Please, 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 please. 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 Please, stop. Stop. He's saying that American imperialism is colonizing the entire manifest destiny. Body mass of the U.S. is cool, it's fine because enough time has passed, and he doesn't actually have to interface with any hard decisions. Like, am I living where a tribe used to live, and should I give them all of my money? Yeah, that's bro. He's trying to criticize Ian for saying that Jews can live in America with the idea that America was built on genocide and steal land, but the two aren't connect. I don't even think he's trying to say that. I don't know what he's trying to say, but I don't think it's that. That's exactly what he thinks Ian is saying. No, but he's saying that Ian is also saying that it's fine because it happened so long ago. Why doesn't he just play the video? Well, don't you understand that he has to talk about how, you know, the American imperialism and colonizing the entire manifest destiny of body mass of the U.S. is cool, it's fine, because enough time has passed. And he doesn't actually have to interface with any hard decisions like, am I living on where a tribe used to live, or should I give them all my money? That's what he's saying. So he's saying it. So, like, you know, boom. Boom.
So, again, it's like this whole argument of colonialism is just so fucking rich.
He wasn't even making a colonial argument, which is kind of funny. The funniest part is that Ian was not even making a colonial argument. He was just saying, if you just describe Israel as a place Jews can go, then it's no different than America.
You know, if that's all you're defining Israel as, is a place Jews can go, like, sure, it sounds like America to me.
You took like 3 words that I said from a larger conversation and like just left it at that. It's bananas. It's disgusting. It's disgusting, is what it is. It's pathetic.
All right.
So what would he describe Israel as if not just a place Jews can go? Does he think that Israel is not a place Jews can go? And thinks that it's more, you know, I don't know, a unequal, you know, separatist apartheid regime that is built upon a cast of, you know, Judeo supremacy, and above all on or at the expense of the Palestinian people. Because if he thinks it's that, then we can have like I agree with him, you know. But like, if you think that it's just a place Jews can go, then like he's not wrong, right? He's not incorrect in that, you know, that would be peaceful. You know, yeah, if it's just a place that Jews can go, but that's not all that Israel is.
I don't think that Israel said they represent all Jews. I don't think that's a stance. We're like, hey, you know, displacing Palestinians is all Jewish people.
Ethan is being so disingenuous here to suggest that he doesn't understand what Matt Lieb is saying. Like, it's like he's making a semantic argument. Like, I don't think
you have no idea what you're talking about.
Have you explained anything in this video?
You're
like,
so wrong.
I doubt you even understand half the things.
You have no fucking idea what you're talking about. You shouldn't even be entering this conversation.
Ian didn't even give his point yet, by the way. He's in the middle of his point, right? His mouth is literally saying words that is about to explain what his point is.
And as a leftist, you should be listening and learning. So
Flanking Freedom, thank you for the 2-month subscription.
Sit down.
Be humble.
Like, what a fucking... I can't, dude. This is so unreal. Yeah, you're right.
I think Israel has said
that I told you this part was gonna get me.
It represents every last Jew on the planet. I don't think Israel has claimed that.
That's what he said.
What does he know about Jews?
What? That's not what he said. Like, I'm confused. Like, you're saying that. You are claiming that Matt Lieb is claiming that he's representative of all Jews by saying that, like, oh, well, okay, okay, now I'm getting lost.
I told you this part. Can't, dude. This is so unreal. Yeah, you're right.
I think Israel has said
that I told you this part was gonna get me.
It represents every last Jew on the planet. I don't think Israel has claimed that.
That's what he said.
What?
He did not know. Matt, okay, so he's claiming that Matt Lieb is claiming that Israel is claiming to represent every single Jewish person ever that ever existed ever. Okay, there it is. I was wondering why my thing didn't go off. Mike, thank you for the raid. Central Committee Welcome in, Raiders. Hello. I hope you all are doing fantastic. I hope you guys love Ethan Klein. We love Ethan Klein here. He's our best friend. We had a Golden Kappa hype train today. We did. It was like a level 12 hype train too. It came at the perfect time. Jeez, the followers are going crazy. So did I. Yo, both of us. It's almost like Twitch endorses everything that we've ever said ever. It's almost like Twitch endorses both Sean the Black and Mike from PA in every single word that we've ever said in our entire life. Yeah, they endorse us completely. It was like it's like they endorse us like Ela Klein endorses what Rudy Giuliani was saying about Palestinians. You know? I mean, right? Like Twitch hears what we said and they're like, I mean, yo, Mike, thank you for the 10 gifted subs. Much appreciated. Airbnb Abortion. Oh, Airbnb Abortion. That's my name. Thank you for the tier 2 sub. Spectacular, thank you for the tier 1. Much appreciated. Huge W. Our rent payer, Ethan. True. Ethan, our rent payer. Another hype train. Another hype train has started. Or almost started. But thank you for the 4-month resubscription as well. Will be another golden one. Will Twitch endorse us again? And what we're saying again? Question mark. Who knows? Who knows? Maybe. Maybe they will. Maybe they will. But yeah. We're watching Ethan misunderstand what Ian's point. Okay, wait. Okay. I have to show you all the funniest thing I've ever seen. What was the timestamp, chat? Was this the timestamp? 3:35? Was it early 3:35?
Jews can go with that.
Oh, here.
I think Israel says it's a place where he's leading up to him having a counterfactual, right? Jews can go.
Israel's just a place Jews can go. With that slogan, we might actually.
That's it.
Actually have peace. You know, if that's all you're defining Israel as, is a place Jews can go. Like, sure, it sounds like America to me. Like, all right.
I don't think that.
What is he saying here?
He's saying that American imperialism and colonizing the entire manifest destiny body mass of U.S. is cool. It's fine because enough time has passed. And he doesn't actually have to interface with any hard decisions like, am I living on where a tribe used to live, and should I just give them all my properties and money? So.
Oh, it's so funny. It's so funny. No, chat, you don't understand. You don't understand. He's saying that American imperialism and colonizing the entire manifest destiny body mass of the U.S. is cool and fine because enough time has passed. And he doesn't have to interface with any hard decisions like, am I living on where a tribe used to live, or should I give them all of my money? That's what he's saying. So you're not hearing him. You're not hearing him. Did you hear he said that colonizing the entire manifest destiny body mass of the U.S.? Yeah, how could anybody disagree with that?
He's saying that American imperialism and colonizing the entire manifest destiny body mass of U.S. is cool. It's fine because enough time has passed. And he doesn't actually have to interface with any hard decisions like, am I living on where a tribe used to live, and should I just give them all my properties and money? So.
He's so dumb. He's so dumb. And he thought he ate. He was like, nah, I ate that. I ate that.
It's disgusting. It's disgusting, is what it is. It's pathetic.
All right.
I don't think that Israel said they represent all Jews. I don't think that's a stance. We're like, hey, we, Displacing Palestinians is all Jewish people.
Ethan is being so disingenuous here to suggest that he doesn't understand what Matt Lieb is saying. Like like he's making a semantic argument. Like I don't think
You have no idea what you're talking about.
Have you explained anything in this video?
You're
Like,
so wrong.
I doubt you even understand half the things.
You have no
telling
fucking
us.
idea what you're talking about. You shouldn't even be entering this conversation as a leftist. You should be listening and learning, sir. Sit down.
Be humble.
What?
Like what a fucking I can't do it. This is so unreal. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Israel has said
I told you this part was gonna get me.
it represents every last Jew on the planet. I don't think Israel has claimed that.
That's what he said.
What does he know about Jews?
Nothing. He doesn't know anything about it.
Look,
Go ahead, Zach.
I usually try not, like, it's hard for me. It's very hard for me to speak up on these issues because I do support the majority, what you're saying. I really do. I think he has no validity or foundation to be speaking on this. It's despicable. And to tell you to go, oh, talk to that token Jew, Sam Cedar, fuck you, dude. Like, really, fuck yourself. That's
Yeah, it's super gross. It's shockingly just gross display of just like callous racism. And he's too dumb to realize.
LOL. LOL.
That he's even doing it, or maybe he is and he doesn't care. I don't know. They had a sword that looked like a swastika in the video. I know it's an anime thing, but maybe we'll be a little more careful.
I said that this morning too.
Let me pull that up. I know that the chances that they did on purpose is close to 0, right? So I'm not accusing them, but like just be a little more aware next time.
Why would they have that though? Like I feel like
I just want to point out the fact that like Ethan Klein, Sig Heiled, and then when people got mad at it, he then Sig Heiled again, double Sig Heiled, and then Sig Heiled 8 times in a row. I just want to point that out. Like he wasn't like doing a motion where he was raising his hand and it was like clipped and screenshotted. No. He was like, I'm going to do exactly what Elon Musk did in a specific reference to what Elon Musk did. And then he did it again with 2 hands. And then we did it again, specifically calling out a black person who like felt that it was kind of gross of him to do that. By calling out his name directly. That's the problem with them. When they do something wrong, they always double down. I forget sometimes, and when people point out, I try to grow and improve. This it isn't that hard, yeah. But Ethan still thinks he did nothing wrong there.
I was about to go get the Henny.
He still thinks he did nothing wrong there. Also, geez Louise, my alerts are so far behind. Okay, we can probably also find it.
Airbnb Borschen just subscribed.
I don't get you H3 haters. Like Ian could have had a phone conversation with Ethan. I feel like you're trolling. You are trolling. Okay. I knew it. Okay. I was like, cause I recognize your name. I was like, I feel like I've seen your name spam things in the chat. And it did. I don't get you H3 haters. I like Ian could have had a phone conversation with Ethan. If he just announced Denim's interface with the hard decisions like living in where Tribe used to live and should give all of his money, but enough time has passed since American imperialism colonized the manifest destiny of the U.S. body mass. It's true. I haven't thought about that, actually. I have not thought about that. I have not yet interfaced with our decisions to manifest destiny, American imperialism, and the body mass of the U.S. to living on a tribe we used to live and giving them all of our money. I haven't. Ethan goes on about the sword for so long, it's crazy. Which is kind of crazy also to say that, like, I don't think it was done with any malice. And I think that it was done, or if it was, like, specifically done because it looked like a swastika or whatever. But then he turned around and spent, like, what, 20 minutes? Maybe not 20 minutes. It was a long time going, and you go back to it, talking about, like, Bleach, like, 3 different times. But we're gonna go to the, unless there's something else that pops off. I do want to get to the end. I do want to get to the end. Because I don't necessarily care about the psychology stuff. But you never thought about that? I didn't. Unless there's something else that pops out. Still gonna react to the Asm's reaction today. I mean, we might just look at Asm's reaction to the beginning and the end. Because I just want to see what he says about me. But that's about it, honestly. Because I don't care. Because Asm doesn't care about any of this either. You know what I mean? There. If there's something in here you want me to see, just send a timestamp. We can go back and look at it. But I am curious about this.
You're a fucking idiot, dude.
Doing? What do we say, Ethan? He said that it looks like Ethan could just use a hug. Now, of course, it kind of pisses me off to hear that shit because I'm like, what are we doing? What do we say? He needs a hug? No, he doesn't need a hug. He needs a good fucking ass whooping is what he needs. I think
that
you're a fucking idiot, dude.
you know what's great about this line is that my complaint is about people threatening violence. There's lots of threats of violence against me and my family, and your response is,
come on, dude. Come on, dude. Let's be like, come on.
Is to tell your audience that what I need is to get punched in the face.
I live like a capitalist every single day, Shank. I live as a capitalist.
I mean,
I live when I believe.
I mean,
just subscribed. LETSGO 9 months. Love this community. SDABLOVE.
Alexander Vibes, thank you for the 10-month resubscription. That's funny. That's funny. I love that, like, Ian said that he needs to get his ass beat, and he's like, how dare you tell people to punch me in the face? Like, that's a whole different sentence.
My complaint is about people threatening violence. There's lots of threats of violence against me and my family, and your response is to tell your audience that what I need is to get punched in the face. This guy is this is the new iDubbbz?
Yeah.
This is the new iDubbbz? The punch him in the face guy?
iDubbbz was always the punch him in the face guy. Like, what are we talking about? This is literally old iDubbbz. Like I'm pretty sure you can look at old content cops if they were still up and be like, man, this person needs his ass beat. That's like normal iDubbbz thing.
I'm flabbergasted by this take. It's just mean-spirited. It's wrong. What do you mean, dude?
He hasn't even given his take, by the way. He just said that the psychology guy said that he needs a hug. I'm like, need a hug? This guy kind of sucks. And he's like, pauses, like, wow, so mean-spirited. So mean-spirited.
It's just like so disappointing. I don't even know what to say. That line is just so disappointing. Wasn't the whole thing? Oh my God.
Like, come on. Come on.
So disappointing. I don't even know what to say.
He's talking about, man, this is so disappointing. And they have us L dancing behind him, bro. This feels like a meme. He's crying about, man, this is so disappointing. We used to be friends. And he has us L dancing on his corpse. You cannot tell me that, like, the crew has his best interest at heart. It's literally owning him. He's showing himself be owned. We are L dancing on him. While he's in his fifis.
It's wrong. What do you mean, dude? What? It's just like so disappointing. I don't even know what to say. That line is just so disappointing. Wasn't the whole thing? Oh my God. We're gonna have to grab that.
Like, he's almost in tears, and they show like an overlay of us L dancing on him. Like, that's
the face thing.
He needs a hug? No, he doesn't need a hug. He needs a good fucking ass whooping is what he needs.
By the way, I love how the psychologist was like, you know, this seems pretty fucked up. Like, it sounds like he's going through a lot. Maybe what he needs instead of being harassed and belittled and dogpiled on is a little empathy. And he's like, man, fuck that. I want to punch him in the face. By the way, empathy. He learned about it.
And keep in mind, he's already seen this. He already knows what comes next. And he's still saying this. He knows, like, the empathy part comes next. Right? He knows the, be nice to Ethan part comes next. And he's still, like, hyper-focused on, like, this one line that he, like, misunderstands from Ian.
But you think he forgot about it. He's lost. He's a lost soul.
I think something that's very important to me in bringing back Content Cop is to be fair. I think that was something that was not demonstrated in previous Content Cops that I think should have been and probably wouldn't have left me with so much regret. Ethan deserves all of the criticism that he's getting. I think it's very valid. But I also think at the end of the day, we should acknowledge that he's human because he is human. And
that's really right.
Oh my God.
I'm a human being. True. Let me encourage you guys to think about the fact that what he's doing right now, he feels is a genuine display of like an olive branch. After this video, after everything he said and done.
30 seconds after saying you need to get your ass beat.
Yes.
After he started.
Man, Dan is such a dick rider, bro. Like, he's such a dick rider. Like, how is he not embarrassed? Like, do you kiss your mother with that mouth, Dan? After you get done deep-throating Ethan Klein? Like, it's so gross. It's so gross. Sex work is real work, you're right.
Flipping me off with all the people that are responsible for harassing me other than Sean the Black Zone.
Like in this, okay, so I can understand using this as like a meme during like comedic sections. But when Ethan Klein, okay, I'm giving Zach a tip real quick. If Zach controls the overlay, I don't know if Zach does, but like when Ethan Klein is being funny, putting this to like, you know, underscore his point works. Oh, does Nate control the overlay? I don't know. I know Zach has a soundboard. Okay, well, I'm giving Nate a tip, right? Doing this works in that moment. But when Ethan's trying to be sincere, you're not supposed to like do this to undercut his sincere notion. This looks like you're making fun of him. I'm being genuine when I say this looks like you are making fun of him. Like, where Nate W, yeah.
Anything about him?
He deleted all his other content cops, right?
Yeah, he doesn't stand by them. I'm uniquely evil.
I think he's gonna need to keep with the tradition and delete this one too.
We're not gonna forget. This is actually like, he's actually a terrible person. I feel like mathematically proven.
I'm any better than any of these people that I was making content cop videos on.
You clearly do, man. You do think you're better.
I don't think anyone deserves that level of cruelty or hate.
Other than Ethan Klein.
It's super irresponsible.
Well, you did it again.
Also, and I want to point out how Ethan says how this content cop is so much worse than his other content cops are. Right? Not understanding how this one is different. You know what I mean? Not understanding how like he's not the same thing as Keemstar or Rice Gum or Leafy, right? How you are a friend to Ian, right? You are a friend to Ian. He's reaching out to you to be like, please, you're doing bad stuff. Please stop doing bad stuff. But obviously it was never going to happen once he started getting like, you know, 50,000 viewers watching the content cop. That was never going to happen. Yeah, this one has a black guy in it with no swords being thrown at him. True.
To him, he's still learning empathy.
He's in the process.
It's a long
like
process. You know?
It's like children, they go through regression. I think he's going through regression right now.
True. Yeah, true.
I know the Raider is not talking about empathy. I know Miss Raider herself is not talking about empathy.
He is in a situation that's making him extremely scared, paranoid, defensive, sensitive, and I'm sure other features and feelings. In the spirit of Kirk saying that it looks like Ethan could just use a hug, I have challenged some of his most powerful haters to put down the haterade and just say something nice and charitable about him, because I think.
And honestly, there was a lot of criticism of the content cop, right? There's a lot of criticism of the content cop on like it was too nice to Ethan, right? Like, too nice to Ethan. It's like, oh, the part of the end kind of sucked. I wanted to go hard on Ethan. I think, and I heard that criticism, but I genuinely think after seeing his reaction to this, that is genuinely a very good avenue to take, right? Because even with like the nice part at the end, he couldn't even be like, okay, you know, they said a nice thing. You know, I still hate them all, but like, you know, it's good that they said a nice thing or whatever. He couldn't even put down his own haterade for a second to be like, okay, the nice thing that they said was good, but I think that like they're still like, you know, bad people or whatever. He couldn't even say that. He was just saying like, nope, fake news. This was AI. This is not Denims. This is an AI version of Denims. Not true, not her.
I just want to. Now, before he's being serious. He genuinely thinks that he's doing something nice here.
Yeah. To say that I respect that you are genuinely yourself on the internet.
Let me genuinely tell you, as myself, to go fuck yourself. You are evil, hateful.
Like, in a moment where like Denims is being genuine, he's just like, I don't want this. It's like when you offer a hand up, like you get in a fist fight with somebody, right? Like, you know, like everybody's been in like not everybody, but like sometimes we get in like a fight with somebody, you get in a little fist fight, and after the fight is over, you extend a hand to the person who's helping you up. It's like literally it's in a movie. In a movie, like you're fighting somebody, they're fighting, and then the fight's over, and then someone like walks over and try to help you up. You like slap their hand away, like, get off here. Right? In the movie, when you watch a movie like that, you're like, okay, that guy's a dick. Right? That guy's a dick. It's the perfect way to demonstrate for like screenwriters to demonstrate somebody's like, okay, this person is violent, but also a dick. Is a bad person. Right? He's doing that. This is a moment where like the fight has happened, right? We both threw punches, and where we are offering a head up to Ethan, right? Yeah, let him know it's not personal. We don't have to like each other, right? I will help you up, you know? And we go our separate ways. He's like, yeah, get out of here. I don't like you. He's slapping the hand away here. And this makes him look bad. It makes him look like a dick.
Spiteful goblin, and I despise everything about you. Okay? So shove it up your ass, weirdo. Who even participated in this? Who even agreed to do this? Stupid.
I think a lot of other people respect you for it as well. I think that's a big reason why people were drawn to your content in the first place. I think that's a lot of the reason why your employees chose to work with you.
Hold on, I thought it was a hellscape.
Or anyone else.
Ethan, I think it's respectable that you...
Bro, I don't know why you're here. Why are you talking to me? I don't know. Why is he here? Okay, I'll go ahead.
Began this journey to leave behind the anti-SJW crowd and step into a more empathetic worldview. I know it's not easy.
Sorry, I just wasn't listening. I'll go back. I'll listen.
He's saying we still have SJW crowd?
Huh? Man, these people are stupid. These people are stupid. You should have been mean. No, I think this perfectly demonstrates exactly what my point is, honestly. Like, he hates Ludwig. Why is Ludwig there? Stop.
Employees chose to work with you over anyone else.
Ethan, I think it's respectable that you even began this journey to leave behind the anti-SJW crowd and step into a more empathetic worldview. I know it's not easy.
Ethan. That was really sweet,
okay,
right?
So he's acknowledging that you did make that move.
Yeah, really
okay.
sweet, right?
Yeah.
Let me show you something. Let me show you a video from today.
Oh, sounds nice.
Let me show you this video from
Watch
today.
Hassan watch it. And, like, I want Hassan watch it. And Hassan doesn't have a nice thing about Ethan. And the chat asked what I think. I'm like, wait,
spoilers?
You do a nice thing about Ethan? And he was like, no. And I'm like, wait, that was an option? I could have just said no.
Bro, you were so pathetic. You have no agency. How like people just tell you to do something and you do it?
Hassan had to tell you that?
So you basically sat there and lied.
Like, and this is the moment where I'm just like, first of all, fuck you, Dan. Like, you can suck my dick. Wait, I'm not Ethan. Sorry. But second of all, it's very clearly a joke. I'm laughing. The chat's laughing. It's a joke. I'm not being serious. Yes, obviously, I know that I can say, no, I'm good. I don't want to do this video for Ethan. It's a joke. It's a joke. It's a joke. I remember where that clip is from. Where was that clip that Ethan said it's a joke? Let me see if I can find it. I don't remember what the context was. Yeah, jokes are illegal. Jokes are illegal now. You're saying all the Dan Clancy stuff was a joke? Yeah, that too. But there was a time where he was like, "It's a joke." I remember when it was, but he did say that. But no, black man can't joke. Black man can't joke. You would think a comedian would understand a joke, but no. Like, I'm very clearly not being serious. Black man can't joke, yeah. Wait, that was an option? I could have just said no.
Bro, you were so pathetic. You have no agency. How like people just tell you to do something and you do it?
Hassan had to tell you that?
So you basically sat there and lied because IDubbbz commanded you to do that? Like, you have no fucking agency? How dumb and pathetic. Again, these people are so stupid.
Now, I don't know why Ethan's calling me a slave. He's calling me a slave here. That's a bit weird. I don't know why he's doing that. That's a bit weird. I just that's what I heard. That's what I heard. Why is he calling you a slave? I don't know. He's saying that I'm a slave to Hassan and I'm a slave to IDubbbz. He says that I am enslaved by the white man. That's what I heard. That's what I heard. Dan said it.
He's only there briefly.
Hila said it.
He's not dancing, only letting the monkeys dance for him.
Yeah, and he's smart, proving that he's smarter. Standoffish. Like in a lot of the beginning, he's not in every shot. He's only there briefly.
He's not dancing, only letting the monkeys dance for him.
Shot. He's only there briefly.
He's not dancing, only letting the monkeys dance for him.
Shot. He's only there briefly.
He's not dancing, only letting the monkeys dance for him.
Yeah, and only there briefly.
He's not dancing, only letting the monkeys dance for him.
Yeah, and he's only there briefly.
He's not dancing, only letting the monkeys dance for him.
Now, that's an interesting word choice. That's a... They're dancing. No, they're talking about Hassan. They're talking about Hassan in this moment. They're saying Hassan's not dancing. Now, I would have used a different phrase. Because the monkeys as a phrase would be more plausible deniability. The way she worded it, however, is more sus. Even then, like, even the way that she said it, like, I can be like, okay, you know, that's a bit interesting to use, but it's not like racist or whatever. It is just an interesting. It is an interesting, you know, interesting phrase to use. That, you know, I think that you would probably want to avoid. That's just me, though. That's just me, though. That's just me, though. Especially for Arabs and black people, specifically.
Because IDubbbz commanded you to do that? Like, you have no fucking agency? How dumb and pathetic. Again, these people are so stupid. They don't understand how dumb and pathetic they look with the shit they're saying.
What? That's crazy.
Mr. Charitability over here.
What he's doing is really insulting Ian, that his video is not sincere,
Right.
it's mean-spirited.
He felt
And
like he needed to do this.
Yeah, like you're attacking him.
And yourself too, like, have some self-respect. If you don't mean it, don't say it.
Yeah, what a fun.
Whoa. You also, okay. I want to point out, Hila stays quiet a lot of times, but she seems to be very talkative now. She seems to be very talkative right now for some reason. It's it's funny when they are moaning over you getting boosted. True. Not understanding that they're also boosting me. Is it fair to say this will be the last time an olive branch will be extended between Hassan's community and H3? No. I have 12 cats. Thank you for the prime.
I have 12 cats. Just subscribe.
Much appreciate it. Funny answer is the best thing that happened to all of us, to be honest.
Phony, dude. Or him.
I think H3 being stupid is like, you know, we could, if you allow them to bet money on H3 being stupid and dumb and like racist, right, and Islamophobic, I would have won a lot of money. You know, if I invested in this, well, I did invest in this path like 2 years ago, I'd be rolling, swimming in dough. It has a lot of cats.
And yourself too, like, have some self-respect. If you don't mean it, don't say it.
Yeah, what a phony, dude.
Or don't tell us this.
I didn't notice anything nice thing about Ethan, but I did. All right, dude.
Great job.
Nice.
What a fucking great job. Matt Lee, go ahead.
Klein, I think that when you are being goofy, when you're being silly, when you are...
I still think my clip is a banger. This is pretty funny. It is a funny clip.
Or being lighthearted and just having fun with your friends, I think that is when you're at your best.
That's not a compliment. That's like him saying, I don't like what you're doing right now. And
Too bad though.
No. It's a backhanded compliment because I'm always.
It's a
shitting on him.
backhanded
And he's
compliment.
going, I like.
See, even if they want to take mine and invalidate mine because of my clip or whatever, sure. But like, he literally cannot take a compliment from anybody. There's not a single one of these that he takes sincerely. Not a single one. He invalidates Denims for some reason. I don't know why he invalidates. He just says, I hate you anyway. I don't care. Right? He invalidates mine because of my clip. He invalidates Matt Lee because it's like, oh, it's a backhanded compliment. Maybe even Frogan's yet the shit on. Yeah, he invalidates Frogan, which we're gonna get to in a second. Right? Invalidates Noah and invalidates Ian's very sincere take as well.
Like you when you're just being silly and not daring to have an opinion about anything serious. Like me, I'm qualified. I'm a qualified Jew.
The anti-SJW crowd and step into a more empathetic.
But Ian is so dumb. He doesn't even realize. I don't know that he realizes that these people are insulting me.
Also, it's always kind of privileged to tell somebody going through something to just not talk about it and tell us jokes instead. You know, like, yeah, we would like to not talk about
He's being
this
dismissive.
Either.
He's
it would
literally
be more fun to just have a goofy show. You know?
Which, by the way, we would be doing today if Ian didn't drop this video.
Oh, really? Check. Can someone confirm that the was it 61 out of 67 of the last episodes had or talked about Hassan? Or something crazy like that. So, no evidence. No evidence that was gonna happen. It's always like we were just about to stop talking about Hassan, and then you pulled us right back in. 61 out of 68.
Ethan Klein, I think that when you are being goofy, when you're being silly, when you are being lighthearted and just having fun with your friends, I think that is when you're at your best.
I don't know when's your best, but probably when you cut off the poof on your head. Come on, bro. What are you, a broccoli? Am I right? No? Okay, you're an asshole and you support a terrorist supporter. How about you fucking... Okay, whatever.
It's
yeah,
not very,
it's a backhanded compliment.
His hair doesn't look like broccoli.
It's a little...
It's not
okay.
really
All right.
broccoli.
It needs to come out more on the side.
Yeah.
All right, anyway, thanks for the genuine compliment. Ian really killed it.
So I'd love to see more of that. That'd be sick.
I bet you
I will be
would.
reading my letter off because I don't want to sound robotic. HJ used to be the sports figure that I used to watch. I hope that one day gets back to where I remember. You were one of the inspirations for me to start creating content, so all this has stunk. I hope you really hear this, and I wish you the best.
I think... Listen, Frogan, she's so dumb that you almost can't be even mad at her.
She did wish us the best in the end. It almost felt like the nicest one of them all.
I think she was the only one being genuine,
Yeah.
actually. So I don't want to... whatever. Just Frogan, just chill, okay? Just stop being an idiot, and I'll stop talking about you. It's really simple math.
She's also by far the smallest creator of the bunch.
Right.
I mean, is it even like cool that he included her? Like, she's just gonna get more shit.
Technically, I have less followers than Frogan does. So, like, we're like comparable size creators, I would say. But like, yeah, like even as Love said, like she's like the smallest creator. Like he's focused on her like infinitely more. She had her whole own section in like the content nuke or whatever. So
it's not cool.
And like it's not. It's
he knows what like this entails.
Like Hassan can handle it, but like Frogan's now just gonna get
what?
And like
bunch.
Right.
I mean, is it even like cool that he included her? Like she's just gonna get more shit. For being
It's not.
involved.
It's not cool.
And like it's not. It's
he knows what.
maybe just say don't harass Frogan. It will cost him $0 to do that, by the way. To be like, all right, everybody in my audience, leave Frogan alone. We are not targeting Frogan any longer. Leave her alone.
Like this entails.
Like Hassan can handle it, but like Frogan's now just gonna get a pile of shit on top of her that I have no control over because
You have no control over? Okay. Zero responsibility, zero accountability. Love that.
we're watching. Millions of people are watching his video, by the way, and they're reacting to it, and they're not having good reactions.
Not
to
just our audience.
far from our own. Yeah, which is the craziest thing. You managed to do the impossible, my friend. You made a video that made people empathetic towards me in this 2025 era. It thought it was impossible. I genuinely did. I think this is even more effective than someone mounting a defense video about me. Here's Noah Sampson with the just.
Does he really believe that? Does he genuinely believe that this is going to like benefit him in the long term? Like he's being defended by like Keemstar and like Asmongold and XQC. Like he has to see Twitter not necessarily being fans of his.
He's not even trying to hide that he's not complimenting me. He's just butthurt that I threatened to sue him, which I'm going to in 2 days.
Ethan Klein.
Oh wait, in 2 days. So tomorrow.
Box a buzz cut pretty good, and I think he's got a good choice of facial hair. I think it's really cool what he did 8 years ago, fighting that frivolous lawsuit. That was pretty fucked up, and fighting it, he changed YouTube for the better. And I thought that was cool because I thought it was like he was fighting for free speech.
Yeah. Anyway, you have 2 days. If you think I'm kidding, just wait. And now, and this is the last part, he cuts to himself crying about how hard it is to be a couple. This man just spent a fucking hour doing the most bad faith, disingenuous, insane, borderline anti-Semitic, or if not fully blown anti-Semitic.
Hold on, 11.
This response live stream isn't gonna help. Nah.
Nate, you guys are saying funny stuff in the Discord.
Oh,
go ahead.
I don't want people to think I'm laughing at Ethan. I'm just like reading it laughing.
He went and recorded this in his car so he didn't have to do it in his parents' house. That's kind of facts. That's the most facts thing. That's what happened. Oh my God. He didn't want to do it from the room.
Well, you've been shitting on his house a lot. I feel insecure too.
Dude, you're a man. You're real.
Dude,
you got your own spot.
On that aspect, Adam Ross once shit on my background. You guys remember that?
Yeah. He was wrong.
It didn't feel nice. It didn't feel good.
He's wrong.
Yeah.
It's Aiden Ross.
He said I was in my dad's closet.
Bro, that dude sat in front of like
technically was true. By the way. It was
maybe that's why it hurt so bad.
He read you. Yeah,
I worded that really wrong.
So now, after an hour of this shit, he cuts to him crying out of nowhere as if he's the fucking victim. And he has a unique empathy for me because he's a couple. It's unreal.
Better. And I thought that was cool because I thought it was like
he's like, even if you want to like come at everybody else for some reason about our statements, right? He also finds a way to get mad at Ian for empathizing with the harassment that Hila and Ethan receive, right, on the internet. So I don't feel bad for anything Hila's getting. And so you might be like, Sean, you've been calling her the Raider a lot, right? Why do you keep calling her Miss Raider? That's why. That's why. She now gets no charitability as like, oh, like Ethan's the bad guy, and she's just there and around or whatever. Like, no, she's a part of it. She's engaged in the podcast. Like, her name is a part of the H3H3, the brand. Like, she did call herself the Raider as well. She was like, people are calling me the Raider of Amala. So, like, yeah, I know. That's what she gets.
Free speech.
I also see the dynamic of Ethan and Hila. I'm like, fuck, like, it's really hard to be a couple online and see people attacking your partner, and it's like, okay, like if you come to their defense, that doesn't always help them.
You're just that's not even relevant to our relationship. Like, you're talking about yourself. You're making it about yourself. You're the hero. You're the victim. You're everything. You are the fuck.
Yeah. So like, if that's not relevant to their like relationship, right? If it's not that like people are attacking Hila. Wait. Okay. Also, didn't Ethan reach out to Anissa and use the fact that they have similar situations as a way to like try to connect with Anissa and be like, this is why Anissa needs to come out and defend me? But now the situations are entirely different? I'm sorry. That's a new thing. So which is it? Which is it? Are the situations so different that this is not applicable? Or are they basically the same? And so it's hypocritical for Anissa and Ian not to come out and defend you. Because they've been through it. Yeah, well, now it's not convenient anymore. Now it's convenient for it to not be the same. And this is the issue. This is the issue. They say so many claims and they contradict themselves so many times that it's almost impossible to catch every single time where they contradict themselves. And it's just another one of the examples, right? Another one of the examples of them contradicting themselves and that hoping nobody catches it. And then somebody does catch it, they just don't respond to it.
Fucking greatest, bro. You are the purest, the greatest leftist. We all bow down and welcome King Ian to our ranks. He is the infallible King Ian to our ranks. The most pure, the most righteous among us.
Did he say if you come
made sure to everyone knew that Nate and Love were shitting on Noah in Discord? Why is the crew off limits? They clearly partake in the harassment of everyone who goes with Ethan. I don't think anybody is saying that the crew is off limits, right? My take on the crew is, again, it's never changed. It's not going to change, right? Ethan is the boss. Ethan signs the checks. Ethan decides what is talked about and what is not talked about. And I will engage with the crew proportionally based upon how much that they engage in harassment, right? Ethan gets 70% of my criticism because he's a part of 70% of it. Hila contributes to 10% of it or whatever. That's 80%. Dan gets 5%, or or Dan gets, 8%, freaking Zach gets 2%, and it's proportional, right? But Ethan does most of the harassment. So I spend most of my time talking about the harassment that Ethan is doing. You feel me? You feel me? I'm not saying that the other part of the crew won't engage in harassment. I'm not saying that, like that Love or Nate or Zach or Dan are unable to engage in harassment, right? But I will focus tailor my critique specifically mostly to Ian because he's the big boss. He signs the checks, right? His name is the H3 in the H3 podcast. You know what I mean? Sorry, Ethan. Jeez Louise. The names are too similar. I meant Ethan, yes. Ethan. If that makes sense. Again, not saying you can't criticize them. I think Dan is making an assessment to think that he's tied to Ethan now, so he doesn't pay to move on because the harassment won't stop. He's going on sunk cost fallacy. I mean, sure, if that's the case, but he has to hold the L then, right? If he ties himself down with the ship, he has to deal with it when the ship sinks, right? And he has to deal with the criticism of the fact that he's a part of steering the ship in the first place. He's still a part of the crew. So when the ship goes down, he's going to be partially to blame. Right?
To their defense, that doesn't always help them?
Yes, he did. And in fact, I can see how that applies to Anissa, but that doesn't apply to us. That's never been a problem. We've always defended each other.
Yeah.
I've never been motivated to not defend her. I don't know what you guys do. Okay? But that ain't got nothing to do with me, you dumb fuck. So, I mean, maybe you need therapy, but why are you filming it? Did you really just fly out there to do actual therapy?
I know.
Bro, just see a therapist.
Do you think he's super confused? This is not a session.
Dan's doing his best, but he's still supporting Ethan. No, he's not. I would agree with this, maybe last year. Dan is not doing his best. Dan is at best controlled opposition. Right? That's what I said last year, right? Dan can be there and getting his paycheck without laughing at Ethan's jokes, without playing and co-signing Twitter terrorists, without doing research for doing research for snark material on Hassan or other members of the crew. You know what I mean? And keeping the show watchable. And it's actively enabling at this point. Yeah, he's an enabler. And he's there to feign some level of opposition to Ethan. Which I think he did have some level of opposition in the past. There will be times where he was actually contentious with Ethan. But now it's just, hey, this is what your critics might say. I know you don't believe it, but can you address what your critics might say? He's literally, he used to be actually contentious, and yet he used to be the one conservative voice on Fox News type beat. And now he's just the devil's advocate. He's saying, well, some critics may say this. Can you address this and get ahead of it before they actually do say it? That's his only role. That's all he provides. That's his only value. Why did he switch up? Again, when the Titanic hit the iceberg, it was going down regardless. And so it's either you abandon your position, right? Or, you go down with the ship. And Dan has decided the ship's going down anyway. Might as well start breaking open some more holes. Why not? I don't know why he's doing it. No clue. No idea why he's doing it. But he has, for some reason, decided to start breaking open more holes in the ship. Right? He used to patch the holes. He used to see that the ship was going down, and he started patching the holes and patching the holes and patching the holes. Right? And it may be money. Maybe the captain came and was like, hey, stop patching these holes. I will pay you to not patch any holes. And he was like, all right. And then he realized that hey, will you pay me if I make more holes? And the captain's like, go ahead. Yeah, I'll pay you more money. All right. And so now he's getting paid more money, I assume, to start breaking open more holes in the ship so it sinks faster. Because the captain has decided that he wants the ship to sink. Well, okay, less that he wants the ship to sink and more that he just really loves water. Right? The captain has decided that he really loves water. He really loves water. He's like a crazy theory. It's not a theory, it's an analogy. Right? Nothing I said was like incorrect outside of like, you know, did he get paid more money? Yes or no? Dan has tied himself down to the ship. He's not leaving. He doesn't want to leave. He's been engaging with Ethan Klein. He's been enabling Ethan's behavior. He's not pushing back. He's not being contentious. Right? He has decided this is where I'm going down. I'm going down with the ship. He's not jumping ship. He's not leaving. Right? And I even think that, like, to a certain extent, I understand. If you want to just get there, get your paycheck, this is what I think Olivia is doing. Right? Olivia's there, you know, there for her girly pop section. She gets her paycheck. When Ethan Klein does this, she's not speaking up. She's probably still there at this point. I don't know for a fact, but she's probably still there. She's not speaking up. She's not saying anything. She didn't say anything for any of the episodes that I watched so far since the content review started, essentially. I think it's just get your paycheck behavior. Not for Dan. For Olivia, maybe. For AB, but I can see your argument. Right? I don't think she's there. No, she's there and she spoke up. As chat saying, she did speak up at the beginning. Right? Dan is, and again, to a certain extent, I understand get your check. But you, as Dan, you don't have to play Twitcher terrorist and co-sign it for Ethan. You don't have to do that. You don't have to. That is a step above. If you just sit there, you do your job and you get paid, that's one thing. Right? That's one thing. You don't have to get your check specifically for Ethan. And you can have that take, chatter. I don't care, right? I'm saying that if you are going to get your take or get your check and just do your job, you don't have to do the extra thing, and that is enable Ethan's behavior. There's levels to this, right? And Dan has decided, I'm going to enable Ethan's behavior. I'm going to go out of my way to play Twitcher terrorist. I'm going to go out of my way to co-sign what Ethan is saying. I'm going to go out of my way to harass the people that Ethan is harassing. Dan has decided that I'm going to help Ethan in his harassment campaign, as opposed to just being a bystander with it going on. You know what I mean? There's a reason why I'm more critical of Dan than I am with AB and Olivia, who, again, I don't think are blameless, right? But proportionally, they participate in less harassment than Ethan does, obviously, than Hila does, and than Dan does. Right? Yeah, Olivia and AB are passively participating, where Dan is actively participating. No, not innocent. I never said innocent. That's never a thing that left my mouth. I did? Oh, okay. No, you're good, chatter. I don't like when people misunderstand what I'm saying, right? I'm just saying is that you don't have to engage with that. If your content rarely watch live due to the scheduling conflicts, keep up the good streams. Also, please don't get banned of the stream title. What is the stream title? Oh, Ethan KKKlein? Nah, it's fine. Ethan does not, doesn't tell his fans to not harass AB because they do. Yeah, he doesn't. He didn't say, stop, don't harass AB, right? Keep his mouth shut. Yeah, let's finish this off.
And he's like, dude, he's like, call this number. This is someone in California that can help you. Like, I mean, what? Yes, dude. I can't get over this, how insane this is. I think what he's trying to do is be like, I know that I was on the record saying like how mean-spirited it is and that I would never do anything like this again, yada, yada. So what I'm going to do is make the most hollow, fucking pathetic, transparent attempt at being empathetic towards someone that we just spent an hour shitting on, that we started flipping off, that I assembled the ensemble of the people who have been terrorizing and harassing him. Like, fuck you, dude.
I love the idea that like we've been terrorizing and harassing Ethan, which you mean everybody except Sean, because you don't know who I am. He has no evidence that I was terrorizing nor harassing him, because he has no clue who I am. That's all I'm saying.
And I thought that was cool because I thought it was like he's fighting for free speech.
You know, I also see the dynamic of Ethan and Neil. I'm like, fuck, like,
No, you don't.
it's really
You don't know.
hard
You're not describing my dynamic. You're describing your dynamic.
Yeah.
to be a couple online and see people attacking your partner, and it's like, okay, like if you come to their defense, that doesn't always help them, right? Sometimes that makes it worse.
That doesn't represent us at all.
That has nothing to do with us.
We've always been actually thankful that at least we got each other in our online journey from the beginning. Like at least we always have each other to like talk about it and
listen.
You know,
I don't want to judge their relationship, but that doesn't sound healthy.
I just don't know what you're talking about, and you're like, apparently it's about us.
He's saying I want to support you, but sometimes when I support you, it makes it worse. That cannot do me. Anyway, here's a clip from Ethan from I don't know, God knows how long ago.
Kind of slipping into
Of me, dude, this is the most pathetic.
and
He
here's,
grabs
like-
this clip of me talking about, I think this is about the Gokanaru era, about when I was like doing all this self-reflection. He grabs a clip from then, and plays it now as if this is what I need to be doing. Like he misses this Ethan that would fucking just, you know.
No, that's not what he's saying. He doesn't think he misses this Ethan. He's just saying that like in this clip, you perfectly describe the behavior that you are doing right now. That's what he's saying. He's saying you perfectly describe how you're acting right now. Maybe you, if you're not gonna listen to me, maybe you listen to yourself. And lo and behold, Ian was wrong. He's not listening to himself. He won't even listen to himself, his own words. He won't even listen to his own words.
Whatever. It's just it's so manipulative. It's
So-
borderline like this is gaslighting, and this is
It's gaslighting to show somebody a clip of themselves saying words in the past. Okay. Okay. Sure.
emotional manipulation. This you don't care. You don't care. Why are you pretending to care? You went in front of a therapist and you started talking about yourself and pretending that it's about me. Like, what are you doing, bro? You don't care. Why are you pretending? Don't be a fucking bitch. Just at least say what you think, bro. Stand on your shit. This is the dumbest, worst version of the content call I could ever imagine. At least the old ones, he would stand on his business. This one is pathetic, dude. I cannot believe what a loser this scumbag is. And a tough guy, by the way. He needs to get punched in the face. You're a tough guy with your tattoos and you've been boxing. It's awesome. I've never been punched in the head. My thoughts are pretty coherent.
And I have been kind of slipping into a very unhealthy place where it's gotten worse and worse, and I get criticized more and more, and I get more defensive and more pulled up, a feeling of almost infallibility, that I could take anything on. It led me to make a lot of mistakes, and then when I was criticized for those mistakes, then I would act extremely defensive and nasty and not really processing them in a healthy way.
No, that's how he ends it. That's how he ends the fucking video.
10 out of 10.
That's how he ended the video, and I mean, it's basically like it's like abuser shit. That's like abuser shit.
They just start auto-playing Walkout Live.
They know. They know. I think
I hate you.
that's awesome, Tyler. It's like abuse. It's like abuser behavior.
By the way, that was, I believe, Keemstar's podcast that was auto-playing. We're not spamming since chat messages isn't sending, but Ethan did say on the podcast that he doesn't know any black people, so it makes sense that you can't remember who you are. This is true. He did say that.
Behavior. Like he's gaslighting, he's emotionally manipulating. He's trying to convince me, no, I'm actually your friend. I actually care about you. While simultaneously being like, I don't care. I don't want to be your friend. I don't want to support anybody that's even Israeli. I fucking want someone to
Which he never said, but like, okay.
punch you in the face.
Yeah.
He loved Lokai Live. I mean, not even just love, like Ela gave money to them allegedly. So yeah, that's, you know, Ethan's on the right side of history.
And like just spent an hour basically, I don't even know what to call what he did. So that's it. That's the video. I watched every second of it.
Every second? I'm sorry. Run that by me one more time. Run that by me one more time.
I don't even know what to call what he did. So that's it. That's the video. I watched every second of it. Every God-loving
More than every second of it, man. You watch
every second? And nobody on the crew checks in, by the way? Actually, you skipped the crew part. Every second.
every second of it like 10 times.
Where is AB, by the way? Kind of unrelated. I'm just wondering. Where is AB?
So I'd love to see him respond to any of my criticism. I don't know if he's capable of actually taking any of this on. He's going to have to confront some really uncomfortable facts. Although he can just continue to lie. I don't know. He'd have to get really creative, though, to somehow spin this. Well, that's it. Guys, I enjoyed everyone watching. Thanks, everyone, for tuning in. We're making the best of this shit. iDubbbz made a content cop about me. It still blows my mind to this day. But we are going to navigate this strange new world together. And until then, I want to thank all of our members, all of our supporters, all of our audience. You guys make it all happen. And
thank you to everybody who was gifting subs and donating today. I'm sorry you didn't get to shout all them out. Obviously, we were.
Thank you, everybody who was giving me money and giving me an incentive to stay here. Just know that if you guys were not giving me money, I would have to leave. But since you are giving me money, I can continue to ride Ethan's dick for my paycheck. So thank you very much.
Thank you so much support in the chat. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, guys.
You
really.
guys are everything.
I see it. I love it. I appreciate it. It motivates me. It keeps me going. Thank you, all you guys. And with all that being said, have a great weekend. And we will see y'all on Monday. Until then, stay safe and be good.
Apparently, Dan was saying that the crew didn't want to cover the skipped part. Maybe. I didn't see that, but maybe. But then you can't say you watched every second of it. I'm sorry. Can't do it. Also, where's AB at, by the way? I'm curious. He's trying to pretend that he wouldn't shit on the song for watching the context on it in human level. So where's Olivia? Olivia spoke up earlier. I don't know where she is after the meeting. Huh. Interesting. But yeah. So that's Ethan's reaction to the content cop. Again, I said reacting to the entire content cop just because one of the more damning sections. Okay, dude. Yeah. This has 6.3 thousand likes. You know, I'm gonna like it too. Why not? Said nothing about AB. No, he was just like, yeah, I yelled at AB, but like this is what normal workplaces do, right? Normal bosses yell at their employees. Ian wouldn't know because Ian hasn't had a real job. And yeah. So that's what I have to say. Is there anything else? We didn't watch Asmongold's reaction because, like, honestly, I don't really care that much. But wait, Psychology in Seattle made a video and it's not good. What do you mean? What do they mean it's not good? This is an hour 30 minutes long.
Hey, deserving listeners. So I was recently in.
Oh, no. Okay. You got to be clear. Chat, you have to be clear. They didn't skip it because the crew didn't want to be a part of it. They skipped it because we don't want any part of it. Come on. That's not we know that's not the same thing. We know that's not the same thing. He's skipping that part because we don't want any part of this shit. Who's we? Where's AB, by the way? Just because I'm curious. I'm curious. Why they want to speak up during throughout the response? That's a great question. They don't want to be be a part of the conversation about maybe Ethan and the way he's acting puts the crew in an uncomfortable position. They don't want to be a part of that, but they're totally fine with engaging in like harassment themselves. What is this?
the time, Twitch was banning people for saying cracker, which we all agreed was like goofy.
Well,
Yeah.
actually, during that episode, I learned what it meant. And then I thought, oh man, that is actually really, really bad. It means like a slave driver cracking their whip.
Okay, wait. Slave driver, number one? I've not heard of that as like a,
At the
a
time,
term. It might be a term. I don't know. But you guys know how I feel about slave drivers, so he knows. You know how I feel about slave drivers. It's actually racist to talk about the white people having slaves. Pretty up, yeah. You don't understand. You're reminding white people about how they used to own slaves. 100% hate crime. True. It's an archaic term. Yeah, I mean, I saw this. It's just a long poster. Oh no, a missing poster for AB. I don't have anything else to add. I'm tired though. Yeah, I'm tired. I'm gonna go take these glasses off and go to sleep. They did a whole episode of a sign. When Hassan was banned for that word, Ethan did not think it was a bad word back then. But now he can be anti-Hassan and say that Hassan was being super racist towards white people. Which he might actually say next week. You're watching the Clippers Nuggets game? Get out of my face. Get out of my face. Okay. Yeah, if that's it. Also, what's up, YouTube chat? I'm out. Thank you for staying, YouTube chat. I will catch y'all on the flip side. Adios. The foot fungi are not happy about the psychologist video. Wait, why? What did he say in the video? Was he critical of Ethan? Am I late? A little bit. Ugh, my hair, bro. I need a retwist. Yep, really? Did anyone was he critical of Ethan? I'm not watching the entire video. I'm curious about what his take was. About why they hate it. Said Ethan is in a hate loop or something? We should check together. I'm ending stream. Because I'm freaking tired. But I am curious. Is there a timestamp? Random timestamp.
It's just not his typical interpretation of that. It's
a new follower here. Hello, welcome.
Months and months of
he said Ian's new video was very empathetic and Ethan needs help.
His mental state being harmed by himself. He's doing this to him. I mean, people are doing it to him, but he's doing nothing to prevent it, right? And maybe even he knows it's happening. I don't know. Maybe he knows, like, oh, this is good for ratings. You know, you always have to come up with something to say. And I really feel bad for content providers like Ethan who don't have something like me where I have a professional training aspect that I can always talk about, right? I can provide that, you know, only a small percentage of, you know, an audience.
I can see why a separate artist doesn't like this video.
It's like what he has are interested in, but, you know, enough of an audience. I can share that information. Whereas if you're just a guy who people think is kind of funny and interesting, how do you come up with something to say? How do you come up with content? You wake up and realize, what do I have to offer? You know, and so you end up just falling into this pattern of, well, what people are interested in is just me flying off the handle, you know? So I think that might be another element. That doesn't release him from responsibility, of course, but I think is another piece of the context. So let's rewatch this and keep in mind that there's a possibility, I don't know, it's just total speculation on my part, that his mental state has been affected in a way that any of us would be affected by if all of that negativity and hatred and attacking and a lot of it unfair, because we don't see all of the horribleness that, even if you pay attention, you don't see all the horribleness that he might be absorbing. And then he gets this little hint that maybe, I think her name's QT, the woman that was crying about the deep fake porn, and he was laughing and then he apologized later. And he gets a little glimpse, and then he's so paranoid. He's such a quick, he's got a real itchy trigger finger, goes after her. The producer, no. And then you can kind of see the gears churning in his mind. It's like, not only is this assumption not true, but the producer's saying, no, she's on your side, she's supporting you. And that in-group, out-grouping is happening. It's like, oh, she's out-grouped.
Okay, yeah, so we should watch this for real. I do think we should actually watch this tomorrow. Because he's not incorrect in that, like, I think this is more charitable to Ethan than I would be. Right? But I think it's at least fair to Ethan in that, like, he's so paranoid about people wronging him that, like, even when somebody is trying to add just standard context, right, or just, give the situation as it occurred, he assumes that people are attacking him, and so he puts them in the camp of, like, oh, you're not my ally, so you must be my enemy, right? And then he attacks that person even if they're not like an actual enemy, right? And so I think it might be a good piece of content tomorrow just to see how Ethan got to this point in the first place. He thought Ian was attacking him by not defending him. Yeah. Because it wasn't in, like, the in group. He's actually in the out group. Because he's not defending me, so he must be attacking me. Therefore, he's a bad guy. And we'll save this for tomorrow, because we're going to watch it tomorrow. But yeah. Thank you all for watching, chat. I'm gonna go somewhere else and go sleep or something. Watch some One Piece. The One Piece. Go find the One Piece. Pokey is streaming. Okay, and what of it? What do you think I'm gonna go to Pokey's stream just because Pokey is streaming? Okay, I don't know. I'm not. What do you take me for, chat? What do you take me for? I am a normal person who's not swayed by things such as that. We can rate and say, Pokey, she's my African princess. Okay, then I'm definitely not rating Pokey. So, suck me. You've ruined it. You've ruined it. I'm not letting you embarrass me. Try again next time. We could have had it all. Oh no, guys. Anyway, I'm gone. Goodbye. Adios. Here. All right, oh reliable. This guy. Goodbye, chat. Adios. I was gonna rate Pokey too until y'all were being weird. Goodbye.